my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me for. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Aggressively Average Angler podcast. I am Sans Paul tonight. I hate to say this has happened like 3 times on this brand new iteration of this podcast already. So Homeboy is in the Dominican Republic being an absolute nerd and trying to get suntan. And yeah, he's probably passed out on a beach. He did text me earlier. He said he had a Prosecco. What's that TikTok sound? It's like a Prosecco spagliata with Negroni. It's like, what? It's such a dork. Anyways, he's doing dorky stuff right now, being warm or whatever. While I'm up here in the mildest winter I think I've ever seen in Michigan. We've got ice, but it's not safe where I'm at, unless I travel 4.5 hours north. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that at some point. It's been a frustrating season. So to make it less frustrating, I got my 2 friends on here. We got Debo and Dizzle. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Living the dream, you know. We, unlike you, are having a winter storm here under a nice little winter storm warning. Ice and snow. Ice is the worst thing ever. I hate
Oh,
ice.
yeah, ice storms, absolutely absurd.
Mhm.
I remember I was in high school, and in Michigan we had like the ice storm of the century for the state, where like you just had the icicles from trees just bringing trees down and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
I everything was covered in ice. It was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. And yeah, it's been weird, man. Like everybody's having these record winter storms, and I'm up here like it's
hmm
45 degrees in Michigan. It makes I'm like in the middle, in the eye of the storm. Like, it's just dodging me, dude. And like
Like,
I feel bad for a lot of people because especially it's the weather has been so terrible. California got wrecked.
hmm
Was it Buffalo? Like New York got just
oh
absolutely
yeah.
demolished. So I mean, it's been terrible. So I mean, hearts go out to the families that have been affected by this in a very negative way. I here just all I want is ice that I can walk out on. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. That's it.
I mean, I would take open water and
Yeah, or
70,
that, or
but
if it's gonna be mild, like just clear that
be
1 inch of
mild
ice I
already.
got.
Come on now. Yeah.
All right, so we got a fun show for you guys tonight. We're hanging out with these guys. We're gonna kind of run the whole show like a slow rolling thunder. So I heard there were some drinking games for Debo stuff going on, and maybe you should just include the off the rails counters on this one because we might be doing that. We might be going off the rails a bit. As always, the show is sponsored by Monster Bass, so shout outs to them. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We will do a $25 Monster Bass gift card giveaway at the end of the show. And if we break 100 viewers, I'm holding to my promise still. We'll do a bonus giveaway. I've got a bag packed up over here, as well as 2 bonus frogs I threw in there because I'm just I'm feeling the heat. I just want to go throw a frog right now. I might even just go skip one on the ice, just for funsies. Why not? Just to feel something again. Okay. So we'll have fun tonight. I got lots of questions for these guys. As always, you guys can show support for the show by doing super chats, asking questions. Chaz will write them down if you ask a question and try and throw it at us throughout the show. We'll have a fun little mid-show segment as well. And if you want to support even more, you can join. We got a members only live coming up February 14th. That's right, Valentine's with the members of the Aggressively Average Angler gang. So that should be a
true
lot
love.
of fun. That is,
Hey, Jeff.
I told my wife, hanging with my members. Sorry.
Jeff, for every new member, we
Chaz.
should send Debo a spider.
For every member we get, we will send not one, not two, but 3 Lunker Hunt spiders to Debo's fishing. Is that okay, Debo? You good with that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, no.
Are there
All right,
3
well,
different sizes of spiders? Maybe he can
There's
get
2.
the right size.
There are
Oh,
2
okay.
sizes, quarter and half
And now a
ounce.
roach.
And now I'll send you the Reckless Roach too. And a beetle if you want it. Anyways, we'll move on. All right, so let's start this off. Q of the D. Let's have some fun with this one. I'm very interested in knowing this. This is a fun one I've been thinking about forever. One, if you could pick one, dream fishing location. You can go anywhere. Money's no object. Like you can do anything you want, but you only pick one. What is the dream destination for you? Debo's like shaking his head already. Like, is it that you're processing where you want to go?
No, people ask me this a lot, and like I don't
Really?
have one. Yeah, I guess I would say Fork. Like ever since I've been young, like watching people fish Lake Fork has always been cool. It's not like it's that amazing, or it's just there's lots of fine wood, pitch to wood
Yeah.
that I'm down with. Throw spinner baits. So that would be mine. I don't really anywhere. Dream would be somewhere that's just surrounded with fish that only eat frogs, and that's where I would fish.
Just a frog haven.
Yeah,
I love that. I
man,
love
we've
that.
thrown
That's-
everything, and the only thing they'll eat is frogs. Yes.
Yes. That dude, that would be great. So I mean, totally count that as a dream destination. It's not lame at all. Like it's local-ish, but still it's not a place you're going to regularly or anything. And there's definitely the option of the exotic locations for exotic species, but you also never know what you're going to get there. And there can be a
Yeah.
whole lot of negative that comes along with that. So
Like
I mean,
malaria.
like
Dysentery.
malaria. You go Amazon, I'm going to hunt arapaima. I'm going after peacock, like in their natural habitat, which you can get them in Florida now too. But, if you were to say that, definitely an option, could also be a real hectic trip. And I've seen a lot of videos where people go down there on those trips and it turns out not so great. So
Hard to fish with Montezuma's Revenge. So
I mean, yeah, you could try. You could fish from a seated position. Maybe they got an outdoor toilet or something like that. You just in between guttural movements, just go for it. Dizzle, what about you? What's yours?
So, like Debo said, I mean, this is a question that I've answered a lot. Usually what I do when it's on Debo time is I get into the specifics. I'm like, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do
good.
is like Debo, when I was a kid, El Salto was the deal in Mexico. Like Lake El
Yeah.
Salto, I wanted to go there.
Yeah,
Big giant fish. That's the only thing I ever saw from there. And I don't know if El Salto is still the ticket anymore or not, but I
sure.
would say one of those big bass factories down south of the border where they're just giant, giant fish.
Did you
Yeah.
say the fish down there stopped biting because they got a little salty?
Is that part of the drinking
heard it.
game? I'm pretty sure
I'll
it
go on
is.
mute. Mute myself.
I'll see myself out. Bye. That's awesome. All right, so yeah, both good answers. I like the Mexico answer. I think that's pretty awesome. I feel like for me, I would hit up like the boys at Akuma who are doing like the inshore in Cali, and then they're also doing the
Mhm.
freshwater like big lakes out there. Because I mean, you definitely have big fish. I would also think about like hanging out with Mr. and Mrs. Wish I Was Fishing because they're out in that region, right? And they're always pulling up big bass. They're always throwing giant spoons, big glide baits, swim baits, all that stuff. So I'm not sure I can say like a specific lake because I'm not so familiar with the geographical area, but I know in that general vicinity out in Cali would be amazing. That would be like a dream trip, we'll say, would be like with Akuma, and I'd say, Dave, take me to the stuff to do the things. Like, let's make this happen. I want to catch all the fish. That would be a blast because you could hit so many different species and types of water in not so far a distance.
Ah,
So that'd be pretty rad. Dizzle is now a Discord icon. Where'd you go?
technical difficulties.
I just heard and I haven't heard him since. So I don't know. We may or may not have Dizzle now. He just what happened? All right, well,
He
Chaz
spilled his drink again.
off the rails counter. Okay, so fun little intro there. I saw some answers as well over here in chat. Better bring a mosquito net. 100%. Headwaters Lake. Okay, yeah. Mexico, yeah. The grande bass. Hey, Dizzle's back. We made it. What else did I see in here? A swamp. Okay. Just go hit up the swamp, sure. For the frog fishing, I'm taking it.
Ooh, yeah, I'm down.
Yep.
The dirtier, the muckier, the grosser, the better I'm in.
Right, like every time you drive by like a retaining pond or just like some totally over algaed pond, that full sheet of green, you're like, I just want to pitch a frog in here. Like I'm
Primo.
pretty sure there's something in there that would just eat this. It could be an alligator, maybe a bass. Either way, snap
What do
and
you do
turtle.
if an alligator bites your lure?
You
You're
cut the
just like
line, you run away.
and run away.
You wrestle
Yeah.
it. You wrestle it and either catch it and make a good vidya out of it, or it bites off your arm and it still makes a good vidya.
Both great
Almost killed by
videos.
alligator, lost arm.
I'm
20
Not
million views
clickbait.
right there. Yeah, I make
I'm sure
20,000
both of
off that
you-
video easy.
Yeah.
Both of you have seen the video before, but the guy that's kayaking with his little kid and they're
Yeah.
or doing the pool noodle thing,
Jugging.
and that alligator, oh, gives me the chills when he pulls up that line and you just see this
Yeah.
mouth come out.
Well,
And he's
there was
like,
the one there was one that went really viral a while ago where a guy was just kayaking through all those like overgrown trees, whatever, down like
Oh, yeah.
Louisiana, and then that alligator like just breaches his boat, like goes right over the bow.
What?
Yeah, like just smokes him.
Dang.
I think he flips over and then he flips back up and he's just like, what?
And when he comes
I
up,
mean,
he's
as
riding
you
an
would.
alligator.
Yeah, and then he just turns around, sees that wake, like no. Oh man, eek. Yeah. So I don't know. Safe swamp. Safe swamp is my vote. All right. So let's jump into the show meet. I want to just throw some rando questions at you guys and just like top of the dome. Give me your best response on these. We'll start out with the easy one, the little soft pitch here. I want to just do a check-in. So how's fishing going right now? Are you guys doing anything? Are you getting out on the ice? Are you you got open water? You got ice? You got anything? You're just kind of chilling in the office? What's going on? What are you guys up to?
It's been, yeah, kind of the same with what you were talking about. I don't have safe ice where I'm at around my area here in
Mhm.
southern Iowa. But I went up to northern Iowa, which is like 2 hours, 45 minutes north of me, and they had like 13 inches of ice. They were driving out on the ice, doing all the fun stuff. They were good. So I'm
Wow.
going to drive up there. It's just a long drive for a day trip to do that, fish for 6 hours and then come back. It's a lot, but
12-hour
yeah,
trip.
that's about it. Yeah, that's about
Yeah.
it. So
Dang. Dizzle, you?
Yeah. I don't have any of my ice stuff out here, but there's
Yeah.
I like to drive over to the lakes and just sit and look longingly at the ice and the water and the guys out fishing, wishing like wish I could be doing that. I get out and kick some rocks around and be like, "How's it going out there, guys?" Kicking rocks and just, wishing I'd be out there doing it myself. But yeah, nothing out here either. Um, I guess eastern Nebraska, middle of the state. There's looks like decent enough ice, but I don't have anything to go out there and check it with. So
Man. What? All right. So I'm wondering this. What's the sad song that plays to a video of you walking along the bank kicking rocks?
oh man,
Who does that song? My Tears Don't Fall. It's like they use it on the Eminem song as well. I cannot think of the name of the artist, but y'all in chat, you know what I'm talking about right now.
initially I was thinking Sarah McLachlan, like in the arms of an angel or
I
something like
mean,
that.
yeah, that's definitely a great option too. I just want to see
Yeah.
that video. This is like everybody experiencing a mild winter right now. Like you want to be ice, you want to be open, you want some option, but you have
Right.
neither.
I got
So
shorts on and flip flops and a winter parka because my body's confused on what the weather's doing to me.
I've just been walking out in like the lightest hoodie I have. Like I don't
Oh
wear a
yeah.
coat right now. I'm like, what do I do? Also, Chat and Chaz, I heard you came through. It's Dido. That song.
Oh,
That's what plays through my
oh
head.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
play that song in your earbuds. I want the video of you
Yeah.
just like walking so sad, hands in your pockets, just like kicking rocks. Just like, man, wish I was doing fishing stuff right now.
But on the other hand, though, I still have been just buying a bunch of stuff, like as far as random
Yeah.
lures. There's a lot of good local bait shops out here that just have like crazy off the wall JDM stuff that isn't back in Iowa that
Ooh.
I see in store, and it's just like,
Yeah.
huh, I'll give that thing a whirl, you
That's
know?
awesome. Yeah, we have so we have a bait shop where I'm at. It's called Newtson's. And they got a big old lumberjack out in front of it, in Jackson,
Okay.
Michigan. And they have like some absolutely the most random stuff I've seen. They do have some JDM. They got JDM reels, rods, and lures. And they've
Hmm.
also got like some of the oldest stuff I've seen in a tackle shop, to the point where you'd be like, I don't think you should be selling this. There's some stuff. They do have some lures that are going for like 50, 60, $75 because they're just like rare classics and stuff like that. But they also have some of the oldest plastics in bags that I've seen where I'm
Ugh.
like, yo,
Those
you
are
should
the
probably
good
take
ones.
this off the shelf. Like, I mean,
Are
if they're
those
juiced
bags
up still,
lined?
sure, right? Maybe it's
Are they
just
lined with
so
asbestos or
saturated.
something?
What's that?
They're lined with asbestos, made out
I
of lead,
mean,
you know?
lead, asbestos, yeah, you name it, it's in there. All the elements. Uranium,
Yeesh.
probably. Uh, it attracts the fish. It draws them in the radiation. It's a good thing.
Makes them bigger too, instantly.
Yes, instantly your 5 is a 10, man. So I'm on board for uranium in your plastisol, please. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. All right. So yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Definitely not fishing. We're ordering some stuff. Right now, a couple of things we're working on, and I want to like pick your guys' brains on this. So the first one, stocking up on crankbaits. So we had realized that through getting like one or two specific subscription bags or boxes out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. We loaded up predominantly like one brand. Right. And we're like, okay, this is too much of this. This doesn't really fit like our brand of the aggressively average anglers. Like we should be exploring different brands because everybody else fishes, other stuff. And we want to find out like what people like and find out what we like and just narrow that down rather than just fishing what we have. So we kind of dumped all of them. Literally, they're
Oh,
all right
geez.
here. So those
Dang.
How
are
many?
ending up. Oh yeah, throw my hand into it. I can make a tree. I can draw the whole thing out, like 150 crankbaits on one string. All right, I did that the other day for our members live.
How many
Um,
times do you grab one and say, "I think I'll fish this one," and it's got all of them connected to
all the time, absolutely all the time.
it?
Like, what's the option for that though? Because you end up there now. There's definitely more than 6, 7 brands that are making like those crankbait like coffin boxes where it's like
Mhm.
the foam that's got the molded shape in it, and then you can like keep them all completely separate. I don't know. There's so much wasted space in those though that I cannot like bite the bullet and do that thing. So yeah, we're still just we're gonna rock the Busbies, but yeah, they link up. We're all feeling the same pain, right? So yeah, we went on TW. We filmed a fun video. We did like a Zoom recording of it with a screen share, and we just did like a shopping video, which would be up Friday. But we bought like a whole bunch of brands I wouldn't think of. We did, of course, get the Berkeley Money Badger just because I like, I want to see the thing, try the thing out. I think it looks pretty rad. In the 5, like the sub 6.5 size, it's a tiny crankbait. It's
They're
like
real.
it's
They're
small.
almost too small. Yeah, for what I was thinking.
That's what I felt. Like it came in, I opened the box and I was like, did I make a
Yeah,
mistake? Like, what is this? I
you can
mean,
still use them, but I guess it was. I shouldn't say too small, but it was smaller than I was expecting. Even like when I was
that's
looking at sizes, but I was like, "Damn, that's super small."
exactly. That was exactly my
Yeah, I
reaction.
think the
Not it,
Oh, wow.
6.25 was my favorite out of all
the
those.
6.5. Yeah.
6.25, I think, is what it is. I think is my favorite size.
I
Two
think
and a
we
half
got
inches at a third of an ounce.
yeah. Yeah. I think
Pretty
we got a couple of 5s and Paul, I'm gonna split it with Paul. So he's got some. We'll probably do another order later. But yeah, so we got that. Never really had like Spro crankbaits, grab some of those. We've got is it Nomad was on there. It's pretty rad looking jerkbait. But yeah, like a whole bunch of different stuff like that. So that's coming Friday. So I'm definitely loading up. We're loading up, and that's like it's fun slash painful because then you're like, I still have to wait to use this for a long time, and I'm just like, let me just keep spending all this money for no return on investment for a while, other than I get to like show it on camera. Yay. So yeah, it's been an interesting season. We'll definitely say that. But here's the thing I want to pick your guys' brain about. Um, we were looking at other options for like clamshell plastic. So think like your bit, yeah, exactly. Like big nonsense clamshell plastics. They don't fit in anything. They're super annoying, but necessary for my paddle tails, right? So
Necessary
normally,
for, I would even argue necessary for bank anglers in some situations because,
yeah,
like, when you're walking around with a backpack, all the plastics fall to the bottom and get all crinkled. So even though they do take up room, there's certain things that I like Rage, like the Rage stuff. I kind of like those,
yes.
like clamshell mixed with the plastic. Hi, Stubby Dog. I don't.
Doggos in the town. All right. So yeah, like so I'm looking at, okay, I want to keep my clamshell. Obviously it has its uses. I also want to find a container of which I can take on the kayak that's not going to take up like too much space. So normally we were using like this kind of bag. Your Bass Mafia, your 6 cents, your Monster Bass, whatever. The 6 cents and the Bass Mafia and the new Planos have like the gusset bottom. So I've used those
Six cents.
too. I
Yeah, I
hated that
like
for
these.
clamshells. I
Really,
like
dude?
it
Did
for
you
regular
Hmm.
plastics. The clamshells, because you have to stack them laying
right?
down.
Like
So
everything like this?
yes, well, those are regular plastic bags though. I like it for that.
There's
I don't
clamshells
like
in
it for
here.
clamshells. Well, I
Like,
mean, it's a bug. Think paddle tails though, man. As soon as you get
Yeah, you're
past three
thinking
inches, it's
right.
huge. Like my
I
mules would
heard
fit in
that's below
there.
average. What? Here,
I,
see,
who
just
said that?
who?
That's
What happened?
huge.
Was that Dizzle? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are you talking about like the Kitech type, those bigger ones?
Exactly. Like let's
Those
say
are
you
always
get,
tough. Those are just a
your
weird
fat
size.
swing impact, your rage tail swimmers, you've got
Hmm.
that big bulky clamshell. It doesn't work in those. So I was throwing them in something like this with the gusset bottom because it opens up, it stands out more. Like you can't, if it doesn't have the gusset, it doesn't work for clamshells. You blow that bag out real fast. So then we're looking for like alternatives for this. And what we landed on that we're going to try is definitely the more expensive route. So
Try.
I'll just caution there. But Busby has those quick cubes. It's like a
Hmm.
soft cube in the size of a 3600 or a 3700 box. So we got a couple of the regulars and a couple of the deeps. So they actually have like a deep bag too, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
And we're gonna try that for clamshells this year. I'm not gonna say it's like the winning solution, but based on an exhaustive search of the internet, it's what I found to be like the best option. Next to
You ever tried to
those are,
solo, like the
yeah,
solo
no,
compartments? Those are
those
pretty
are
good.
great too. Yeah,
That
because
I
there's
used to use
no
where it's just there's
dividers.
nothing. Yeah,
Yep.
I
So
used to use
and
those.
again, you go clamshells, you can stack them too high.
Yeah,
Like so you're
yeah.
still,
can't
it's
get a
just
bunch.
limiting. I'm looking for a less limiting, but also
Yeah.
not like a bulky, right? So that's kind of like the
How
world
many are
I'm
you
living in.
talking as far as when you're going out? How many are you taking with you, or how many do you want to be able to take with you? All of them, or a good like
All
handful,
of
two
them.
handfuls?
Oh, well, of
Every
course.
single one.
I mean, I drive basically an H3 on the water, like the Hobie Pro Angler is the Hummer. Like it's gigantic. But no, I don't want to take all of them, but I would say a couple different sizes, 3 to 6 inch paddle tails, for example. Like I want to have it's gonna be 10 to 15 clamshells. Like that's probably where I'm gonna end up. And that's mostly because we just hit new waters. So if I
Sure.
like am hitting a water I know, I'm like, this time of year, this whatever's going on, I could slim it down, sure. But I tend to just like have the container with the stuff and throw it in the boat. Right. So that's where I end up stuck, because if
Yeah, I
I'm
have an
taking
answer to that.
3, 4 clamshells, it's not a big deal. I'd probably just put them open in the boat.
Yeah, have
Like
you
Right.
ever
rather than
taken them
even,
out and put them in like a plano, like a slotted plano, just taking them out of the clamshells and
yeah, I
have
mean,
like a box dedicated that way?
yeah, ditch the clamshells. The thing I hate
Yeah.
is sometimes you get, depending on the temperature variation, like you warp the tails,
Mm,
right? And then
yeah,
you're not getting that action that you want. So
good
that's
point. Yep.
been annoying. That's why I try to keep the clamshells as much as
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
like slash hate them. Yeah, exactly. Josh, good one. Nailed it. Anyways, why is everything gotta be this way with you, Josh? All right. So yeah, just throwing it out there is something we're working on. We're gonna try those Buzzbee quick cubes, just see if that's like a decent solution. They're definitely, if anybody looks at them, don't look at them on Tackle Warehouse. They're like a $10 surcharge for whatever reason. Yeah, it's an oversized surcharge, yet it only like shows up on those versus like tons of other storage options. It's not on there. So I'm
I
so
have
confused.
the
And
I have the
investigate this
small
quick.
Buzzbee.
Yeah.
Okay, the small Buzzbee. I don't even know what size it is, but it's got the one bigger compartment over on the one side, and then
Hmm.
got I think three on the other side. That thing is awesome. I don't know what it is about it. It seems super rigid. I'm not worried
Oh
about
yeah.
it breaking, things like that. And
Yeah.
I see all the other compartments that you can throw in there. I think it's pretty awesome. I actually almost pulled the trigger on a couple more the other day, but then I looked at the price tag and I was like,
It's
I have
the
other
it's the
ones right now.
investment, dude. It's
Yeah.
definitely an investment. The starter kits to me, if you get the starter kit on sale, it's so worth it. They did a killer sale over Black Friday. The starter kits made you, it basically gave you 2 boxes free. It was insane. So if you can get the starter kit, which is it's 5 or 6, I think it's, oh man, now I'm gonna screw it up. Let's just say it's 5 to be safe.
Mm,
It's like probably 5 boxes in the starter kit. So, and you
dang.
can get them in the Colony 28 or the Colony 15, which is pretty rad. But yeah, solid boxes. I want to try the Quick Cube for clamshells. We'll see, man. I looked at like the new. Have you guys seen the Plano Stillwell bags? Kind of like the
Mm-mm.
Bass Mafia. So the lower end one is like $10, but it's like a Ziploc, no zipper. It's like an actual
Hmm.
Ziploc squeeze close. I mean, it's probably fine. Not a big fan of that style. The one that's a zipper is $30
Hmm.
for a bag, and I was like,
Yeah, I
yo,
use those.
I don't know.
Like I think Tackle Warehouse has something, like the Bass Mafia. I've liked those things for
The
like
Bass
throwing random
Mafia,
stuff in.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, those are
I've
pretty
used
nice.
those. Used the 6 cents. Those are
With
fine.
the What's the one that you have, Debo? That super thick plastic? Was that a 6 cents one?
No, that was what we were just saying. Why is it
Bass Mafia.
Bass Mafia? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
Bass
Randy
Mafia
uses
is
exclusively the good ones. He loves those.
well, Bass Mafia X Guggen. They're kind of
Yeah.
like
Now they're
same.
owned by them. So
I
Guggen
Dizzle.
bought Bass Mafia. I didn't even know.
I don't. It was on the thing that under them. So I don't know if it's under that flag
I,
now or how that
I thought
works.
they
But
just collabed, but yeah, they're definitely chat. Fact check. Who's
no,
on the
fact
Google
check.
machine? Do the thing.
Do the Googles and the searches. If you find it on the
do
internet, it's true.
do the Googling.
yeah,
Everything
just
on the
click
internet's true.
just click the very first search result though. Don't look
Yeah.
Mhm.
any further.
If it
First
has
one's always
ad,
right.
if it has ad or sponsored on it, even better. That's ideal. All right, so let's jump into another topic here. Um, so what I am interested in, we'll get to like what's gonna happen for you guys this year. I want to get to like what's up for 2023 late in the show. But I'm most curious about your experience of 22, and I want to start with like let's look at lures. So I know Debo, you and I talked before the show, like recently did a video on this. So for you, but I'm gonna narrow it way down. It's not a top 5, not a top 3. You got to pick one. What was like in terms of your impression, fish catching ability, just enjoyment of fishing? What was like the top lure that you used for
I would say
22?
I would say the one that, the bet like my best one, like my
Yeah, your
absolute favorite.
best.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be
Um
new either. It's just like the one, your jam for
New to
22.
me. Gosh, I don't even know. I wouldn't know what caught them. I'm trying to think. I caught quite a bit on the Ned rig. What caught the most for me? Now you're kind of stumping me. I know I just did that video. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I can tell you one that straddles the line of my favorite, yet also the worst. And
What? Okay, I'm
yeah,
intrigued. Tell
so
me
I feel
more.
like I don't know why. As Paul would say, I feel like I want
Hmm.
to die on this hill, or I would die on this hill. I have zero affiliation with Spro. I've never talked to anyone over there, but I
Sure.
feel as if I have helped have a hand in creating this bait as passionate as I am about it. And that was the Spro Flappin' Frog. So it
Okay.
is a like an Elaztec type frog from Spro. It's got the double. It's like a toad, with the two round kicky feet in back. I think I've got some back there, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. So amazing frog. However, on the first 5 casts of every one I had, the weight goes flying out. Every single one, because the plastic is so stretchy. And I'm like, I don't want to talk bad about Spro, but I was very honest to people about it, and like I put it on my story. And I feel very vested in it. I'm like, I want to get my hands on whoever made this, because they're like, oh, Great Frog does all this stuff. Pros have tested. I'm like, what pros tested this? I feel like this is a lie. If any pro tested this within 5 casts, like everybody has agreed that they fall out. But the frog itself, I got some gnarly blowups on it. It's a very universal frog you can throw anywhere. It's it's like a hollow body frog that you can throw in the thick stuff, but once you get to open spots, it kicks.
Right.
So it was one of my favorites to throw. Like, you can literally take it anywhere. You can put it on grass edges, almost does the whopper plopper thing. You can fish it in the thick stuff. But yeah, the weight thing. Other people were saying that they had put stuff on, and maybe they like actually emailed customer service, but supposedly they fixed it and they sent like some people replacements. And they never said anything to me. They never even reacted to any of my stories or anything. So I thought it was kind of funny, but I don't know. Yeah, no affiliation with them, nothing. I just feel like I helped create it, and I'm upset that it doesn't work. So
Oh, it doesn't have your name on it, man. So don't take it
I don't
personally.
know. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, but yeah, that was kind of my best and worst. But
Wow, that's interesting. You know what's like cool about that style of frog, but also absolutely the worst is that then you can't just throw it in the box with your hollow body frogs, because
so
then it's
that
gonna
I
melt
think I took
everything.
the trash out. Hold on, take a drink.
I didn't even think of that. That would wreck your regular hollow body frogs, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like we got, I think it was in a Monster Bass box, the Chase Baits Wiggle Bomb, which is an
Mm-hmm.
Elastec material. It's a sinking frog, so it's like a tadpole hybrid.
Sure.
So it's got a long tail, all stretchy material, sinks straight to the bottom. I've caught some giants on it though. It's a pretty rad thing, but you got to like keep it completely compartmentalized on its
So
own.
you guys got lucky. This is one that I fixed, and the weight still fell out.
How
Weight
did you
popped
fix it?
out.
Yeah,
I
why
had
is
it
there
mend
there's a fish
had it
attached to
mended.
it? What's happening
Well,
with
so
this
that's the
fish?
thing. This was in my tackle bag. When I took it out, it was stuck together like
Oh,
this.
yep,
When I
and it
peeled this
melted.
plastisol piece off, look at that.
Completely trash. $10 frog. Bye.
Completely gone, dead by. The other one I had that I showed in the video, there's something was laying on its leg, and the leg like fell off.
Yep.
It got so melty.
That's the thing.
So
Is
nobody's
like,
even seen this. This is for all you. There you go.
wow. So yeah, I mean, we strive to get like durability and action, and it's always that fine line. So you get the absolute end, the best of both, and then you get a new weakness unlocked, where it's like melts when it looks sideways at something.
Right.
Caution does not play well with others. Any of them.
Any of them, yeah. So like, I was telling Dizzle about the Chase Baits Wiggle Bomb. So I like fishing it. It lives in one of my Busbies. It has its own little corner. So I take a little 1x1 Busby cube, sits in the way far corner, and it just lives there. Everything else is like away from it. And that's enough. You could get away with that with like an edge or whatever. Like there's normal dividers, for the most part. Like I do feel I've never experienced this. Have you guys had Elastec melt to like just base level tackle boxes? Like to the box, not to baits.
Not tackle boxes, but if you ever accidentally have them free floating against like Bill Lewis plastic, or like plastics that are like crankbaits that aren't open, that plastic, it'll melt into those and turn into like a goop. So you have to watch that too. Plastic cases. But so here's one thing about that though, Burley.
Okay.
Virgin boxes was a new term to me that I'd never heard of. So Elastec will react with plastisol residues that are left in like a Plano. So if you take elastic or Elastec baits and take them out of the package, like take them out of this and put them in like a Plano, it has to be a virgin Plano that has never had any other plastics in it. Was a term that I had never heard of. Like, oh, that makes sense. So like even residue of plastics can mess with it. So
got it. Yeah, I'd gotten comments from that because I posted like forever ago a Ned Rig box, right? It was like all the Z-Man finesse TRDs out of their bags in a Busby. We were like, "But it's gonna melt." Well, it doesn't. But now it makes sense. Maybe they've had it melt with a non-virgin box. It sounds weird now that we're talking about it.
That's
Anyways.
crazy.
Yeah. So, man, just a hint of plastisol in there, and the whole world goes to
Yep.
heck.
Got to be a new box.
Yeah. So, I don't know if the durability of that frog is worth the
And that's the thing, though.
fragility
It's
of.
such a good frog. Besides
Yeah.
that weight, like if you can fix the weight,
Huh.
like not a scratch. I even had a pike hit one, and like it had a little hole, but it's almost like self-healing. So it's
Yeah.
got Wolverine properties to it too. You know.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
Not
if only the
like
weight stayed
Logan
inside of
Wolverine
it.
property.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like as good as
Old man
Wolverine
Logan.
losing his claws.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like Wolverine when he loses his claws. They
Healing
fall off.
slower and slower as time goes
Yeah.
on.
Don't give him a big injury because
Yeah. Eesh.
Yeah, like a tree through the chest. That movie came out in 2018, bro. Like, get over it, just. So I love when people go spoiler alert and it's like Titanic. Like, I don't know
Spoiler
if,
alert. You know, at the end of Gone with the Wind,
yeah.
you know.
Hate to ruin it for you. It came out in 43. Like,
The house falls on. Oh, we didn't say
oh,
spoiler alert. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
don't,
sorry.
man, demonetized. All right. So let's, Dizzle, I didn't ask you yet. So for you, going back to the original question, how many rails have we lost so far, Chaz? RIP to 43 rails ago. Dizzle, what was like your top beta 22?
So I'm gonna give you two answers to this. My new bait to me, which isn't necessarily new, but it's going back old schoolish, I guess. What was it? The Jackal Firecracker Buzzbait. Debo had kind of introduced me to them
Okay.
at the local bait shop out here. They had some just on the shelf, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna pick those up. Something about it, it's kind
Oh,
of like the difference between a regular bladed jig and like a jackhammer. It just seems
right.
to work that much quicker. It just seems to start going. It's got a nice
Really
little. It's
loud too. Yeah, it's got a really
yes,
loud clack to it.
yes,
Yeah, it's got like that
really, really
extra
loud.
prop, and there's like beads on there. So
Yeah.
that prop is like moving up and down. I'm looking at it right now in T-dubs.
Yeah,
That's rad.
they're very. I like them a lot. They have that little extra bend too. It's
Yeah.
not just straight shank coming from the knot tie.
Yeah.
I had decent luck with them. I'm not the biggest topwater guy, but it just kind of took me back to when, I first started getting into using lures, not just minnows and bobbers, Topwater buzz baits or like a plopper were the first things, I was throwing for topwater.
Yeah.
Um, the best, Debo probably knows the answer to this, but the best, I'm going with the free rig.
Ooh, what
Free rig,
trailer?
all of them.
All right. Just in general, the technique. Got it.
I actually at the end of the season I started actually putting a worm, just like a drop shot worm, a bigger drop shot worm on there.
Yeah.
And that I was even catching fish on that when I did happen to not grab enough, creature baits to take out with me. I was like, well, I don't have anything else. I'll give this a shot. Something
Yeah.
about it. It's not a Texas rig, fall, flutter, flop, whatever you want to call it. It's just a little bit different. And it seemed to work amazing.
Yeah. It's
And
like
has been for the last couple of years now.
I think of it, if I were to complicate it, it's a dynamic finesse Carolina rig. Because the weight moves up and down, but like the
Yeah.
fall mimics kind of a Carolina. Or you could look at it, kind of like a free fall and drop shot or something. It's definitely a lot. It's a very interesting hybrid rig. We did a
Yeah.
challenge on it this year, so I definitely I got, I don't know, a dozen or so catches on it. Maybe more. It was a pretty big day actually, but mostly like, on my lake right here. I call it Dink Lake because it's full of dinks. But
Hmm.
a lot, yeah, yeah. This is Dink Lake,
Sounds like my
right?
lake.
It's Debo's lake, right? So
How
I
freaky
did
would
get
that be if we lived next to each other? People get us confused all the time.
even more so if we just turned our webcams around right now. Like your house is right there.
Hey
You're just
guys.
out on the back porch, like, yo. Weird that we always talk about like Iowa and Michigan. I don't know if you guys know, they're not geographically close at all. But you never know.
Real quick though, also just to answer
Hmm.
your other question as far as the trailer for the free rig,
Yeah.
the Strike King Rage Punch.
Ooh, I like that. There you go. So yeah, kind
Usually
of
in like
Carolina you approach.
Yeah, definitely, and worked amazing.
That's
Debo's gonna
awesome.
probably say something smart about Guggen, Punch Bug, or something like that here, make fun of me. So
Oh, I
we'll
didn't
wait
The
even
for it.
think of
nuke.
it. It's
You did you use
interesting that you brought it up, though.
the nuke punch? Is it the nuke punch? Guggen?
Um, it is the Nuke Punch. I found black and blue in the Nuke
He happens
Punch.
to know the name of it too. Coincidence? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I did
See
too.
what
I
happens
don't.
there? Bert,
I'm sorry. What, Chaz? We hit 170.
We get to 200, I'll throw in something.
All
Share
right.
with your friends, family, neighbors. I'll do a giveaway. I'll do.
get,
Hey, listen, we can
get,
get
You heard it,
get
crazy
to
with it.
man.
get to
200, I'll throw
201.
something in.
I'll give away Debo's address and phone number.
I got a guest bed. The only deal is, if you stay here, you got to organize all this.
Oh,
Put me to
geez.
work.
I'm pretty sure people would be like happy about that. Like they still get to organize some tackle. That's like a fun pastime.
And
That's what I'm
you get
currently
a minute
doing every
shopping
day.
spree. Minute
Yeah.
shopping spree, and you have to organize everything.
60 set. Oh man, you know how many hooks would end up in their fingers though? Like you're going
That's the
for
plan.
time, you're just scooping stuff. That's rough.
Ooh.
Okay, Chaz is using his big smart brain, whatever. All right, chat, you heard it. So we hit 170. We are guaranteed one bonus giveaway. I've got it over to my left here. I'll show you towards the end of the show here. And we're pushing for the hour, so I mean, like we might go a little bit past, but we'll do a giveaway around that time. We'll at least do our first giveaway by 9 o'clock. I'll promise you that, and then we'll do one shortly after that, so on and so forth. If you get us over 200 viewers, though, Debo has agreed to throw something in. 201, Dizzle gives away all of Debo's personal information, social security, his favorite credit card, his address, all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Now I'm
All right,
safe.
cool.
He can't
Exactly.
remember it. He can't even remember when to get to the fishing spots on time. So
That's why I have
what do
pictures of it,
we
Debo.
said 9 o'clock, Randy? We've never met each other at 9 o'clock, and it was literally last night. So
Debo, I'm not the only one that just forgets or falls asleep. Hey man, I'm going out to this lake. I know it's, the evening bite. Oh, I'll come, I'll be there, I'll be there. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock. Hey Debo, you okay, dude? You didn't like wreck or anything, did you? I just woke up. What's going on? I don't know, it's 9 o'clock now.
I feel like a therapist right now. Like, all right, tell us how you really feel, Dizzle. Like, let it all out. This is a safe place to let Debo know how you feel.
See see, normally it isn't because he'll just mute me just
yeah,
out of the
he tries
blue.
to do this stuff on my lives, and I just either cut it out or mute him.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we'll just carry on. We'll kind of work through our problems though as the show progresses. I think this is a good direction for us. All right. So I want to jump to gear for a second. So I want to talk
Yeah,
rod and reel. Doesn't have to be a combo, so it can be singular on its own in its own universe. What was the best reel of 22 for you guys? We'll go with Debo.
I was zillion, hands down.
I was zillion. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
Totally believe
hands
it.
down.
Definitely want to try one out. Love it. All right, Dizzle.
Real, I don't have a bank account quite like that, so I'm
All
going
right.
with just a Corrado, Shimano Corrado. I mean, I went outside of my safe space away
Yeah.
from, Luz and Abu. And actually, I
40
don't
bucks
know,
more, you can have a zillion. 40 bucks more, you can have a zillion. So
I
don't give
did
me that
start
crap.
picking up some, as Debo knows, I'm not the biggest fan of Daiwa reels, and I think I'm up to
What are
four
you wearing on
Daiwa
your?
reels now.
What's your
Well,
hat?
that's what I'm saying. I've
Friggin' hate these
expanded my
guys. I'm just kidding.
horizon. Yeah, these guys suck. Debo actually has one of my former only spinning Daiwa reel. He has it because he fished it out of the weeds at one of the
Yeah.
spots we were fishing.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Hmm.
All right. So yeah, the Curado. I like it. That's definitely a
Yep.
good call. So you don't have a bank account. Basically, you just grab cash out of your couch, your sofa
I
cushions,
don't have the
right?
bank account like Debo does to
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
bump up to the next levels, but yeah.
I love. Can we get in addition to the off the rails count, Chaz? Do you think we could get a Debo eye roll count? Like, I think that would be good. We're probably at like a
Have I done it a
dozen.
few times?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every time Dizzle talks.
Oh god. Hey,
Ah,
he's just trying to say his name. Oh god.
Oh, this guy
If you would have
again.
told me this before
This
the show,
jerk.
I could have had already.
I know, Chaz. You got to be ready in the moment, man. I know. Can't you just hit the reset button? Let's go. All right, so let's go from reel to rod. So best rod of the year, Debo.
Dizzle, I'll let you go. I don't.
Okay.
Somebody asked me this question. I don't know off the top of my head.
I will, honestly, as much as old Debo and I bicker back and forth like an old married couple, I do gotta say he's my great buddy, and we've known each other for forever. And if I have questions about fishing, what I pair up with anything else, I give him a call.
Yeah.
So because I gave him a call, I actually picked up a Shimano Intenza casting rod that I've been using on with a Corrado reel for a jig rod this year. The rod is
Nice.
amazing. The biggest thing I love about the rod is the hook keeper or the bait keeper. It is on top of the locking nut for the actual reel of the rod. It's got like a bunch of little gap holes in there. You just kind of right. Devo gets up, drink. Super. I get picky when it comes to the bait keepers.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
of them I just
totally.
don't like.
Totally agree. So like for any time I see them kayak fishing wise below the say
Hmm.
cork foam whatever part of the butt of the handle, so below the reel seat and everything, it's the worst for us because if you have a plastic on there, if you have anything, any crankbait, whatever, I put it in a kayak crate. It just
Yeah.
gets hung up. Trebles get caught, plastics get torn. I'm just like this.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. Then you got to put it on the actual reel, and then everybody yells at you, and then
Yeah.
you know.
So the thing that I've had issues with is if it's above the cork on the top
Hmm.
side of the handle, especially on my jig rod, what I ran into this either this year or last year, as
Yeah.
I'm jigging, like doing a pretty decent aggressive pop on it, from time to time, the line would come up and get underneath the bait keeper or the hook
Yeah.
keeper if it's above the cork. And I lost a few fish I know because it must have just been frayed by that little bit of
Got
friction right
it.
there. So the Intensa, like I
Devo's
said,
laughing right now.
What? I read a funny joke.
Okay. Dude, but I'm looking at this Intensa. So it's the actual lockdown for the reel seat has 4 slots in it for
Mhm.
the bait keeper. I need one. That why doesn't everybody just do that? I feel like that is the best thing I've ever seen. It's like the
It
winner.
does. Yeah, I don't know as if I've come across one that's a whole lot better than that.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Rad.
Debo.
Thanks, Devo.
What? Oh, it wasn't. I was just laughing because Randy blames anything and everything on his gear when he loses a fish, such as, who messed
The
with my
dr-
drag? Did you lose my drag? Somebody. Literally, in the existence of us fishing, I've never touched your drag.
I want to see
I
like some candid footage of Debo sneaking up on Dizzle's rods and reels and just like drag. Oh no, there's no drag.
And there's proof that I couldn't have touched him because you always get there an hour later than me. So
I'm hearing like a lot of different opinions here. Yeah, like I feel like Debo is just taking a razor blade to your braided line there and just like just fraying it just enough that you feel confident until you set the hook and then it pops off.
no, I
I'll
agree. That is a cool one.
I'll take the ribbing from him because this last year I got to see him fall in twice, or was it three
For a
times?
year, pretty much, almost. You've got to see him
Whoa. All right.
two
I mean,
years in a
slippery
row.
surface or just like loss of balance? Like what?
I have pretty horrible
Um,
balance. That's something he
Okay.
comments on all the time, that my
Yeah.
balance is subpar. So
the one
funny
with
enough.
slippery surface though.
Yeah, it
Sure.
That
definitely
was
was. It was algae ridden rock. So
Debo
I
throws caution to the wind fishing from the bank. He's just like, I'm gonna go on this pointy rock right here on one big toe, and I'm gonna balance because I need to cast over there, and that's the only way I can get to it.
sounds about right. Seen that before. I've had Paul do that on shale, and it went through his
Mm.
croc into his
ooh,
foot, and then he got a foot infection. So
Oh,
I mean, you could
yikes.
fall in, or you could slice your heel open and make it disgusting. That's what he did.
I've always
Uh,
laughed first and then followed up with a, "Are you okay?"
oh yeah, no,
Be
Untrue.
that's
You
careful.
that's
can.
required.
Oh yes, true. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes, correct. I say
100%.
on the video you can hear him go, oh, I missed it, and then he goes, Something about how far in did you fall, and then, oh, are you all right? Like 3 or
This
4
guy.
questions down.
Wait,
Do you
hold
still
on,
have your
hold
rod
on.
and reel? Like, are you okay? All right.
He falls in so often that he has an emergency change of clothes in the back of his truck when he goes fishing.
I do. Truth.
That is compelling and rich. I love that behind the scenes detail. Uh yes, I believe you should. I think that's a great call, Chaz. Couples counseling, Debo and Dizzle. All right, so yeah, Debo, you got a rod kind of queued up here. What's your
Yeah. So I was looking through. I don't know that I could pick one favorite. And somebody's like, on our last live with Punch, he was asking like to pick stuff. And anyway,
Mhm.
it was funny because I had somebody comment like, "Oh, um, that's such a disgrace or something, or like a kick in the face that you can't even pick one rod." I'm like, it's not the fact that I can't pick one. I'm like, I just don't know. Like I used multiple good ones. Like that's what I do. If it wasn't for
Right?
YouTube and stuff, putting the money back into it, I wouldn't have these, So it's like,
Right.
that's what people like to see is new testing, and I like to mess with gear. But um, mine probably I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but one that I kept reaching for consistently. It's not that expensive one. It's $150. You
Yeah,
can get them on sale. It's a TFO tactical casting crank. So it's a 7-foot medium crankbait. It says it's moderate, but it's closer to like a moderate fast. It's not super soft like a normal crankbait, like real flimsy, pool noodly. Um,
right.
so that one I found myself reaching for quite frequently. I threw jerkbaits on it.
Oh
I need
yeah.
to do a review. Topwaters, jerkbaits. I threw swim jig on it. So you can do a lot with it. That's a good stick. I liked it. I know they had
Yeah.
like the tactical elite, which are like $200 rods. They had some of those on sale for $100. I had a few people
Wow.
message me back after, yeah, Tackle Warehouse, they got some. So
Yeah, that is an awesome looking setup. Solid. All right. Yeah, I love that when people are like, well, you always get, I guess one of three canned responses, right? Like, they'll be like, "Oh, you like that better than this staple
yeah,
brand, Abu Garcia. You can't like that better than Abu. Abu's the best. You're lying. It's favoritism, whatever." Or they'll be like, "Oh, you can't decide. What a joke. You're supposed to like tell me exactly what to get."
right.
I'm like,
Well, the
dude,
thing with like that's the thing I've said before is brand loyalty in fishing is one of the highest like
it's
brand
rough.
loyalty sports of like
Yeah.
I kind of equate it to cars. Like I would think like the next thing you hear a lot of is, oh, Ford guys do stuff like this or Dodge guys, do it's
Found
kind
on
of like
roadside
fishing.
dead.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, you're not the, oh, I'm a Shimano guy. I would. Never use anything besides Shimano. So
I
it's
feel
kind of
like
funny. There's
we need the Calvin and Hobbes sticker, the decal you get on back of your truck where what Calvin's peeing on like the Chevy logo or
oh
whatever.
yeah.
He's just peeing on like Abu Garcia. Oh man, we'll start a whole new line,
Debo, what
man.
did you just picked up a like what was it was it
Grabbed a bunch of
ugly
Abu
you
stuff, and I
yeah
even got you a
ugly
reel. I bought you a
did
reel
you
for
get an
being able to.
ugly stick with a pistol grip on it?
That's what I was showing earlier. I was gonna say. So sorry, I
Oh
digressed.
heck yeah.
This
So
thing is
my favorite hook holder is always the reel. I have a horrible habit of just
Don't
doing
tell the
that with.
internet. Don't
I
don't tell
know
them.
it's horrible
They're
with
so
anything
mad.
besides anything that's not a treble hook bait. Pretty much
Yeah,
everything is hooked there. But
look at
this was
this
I think it's
freaking
like
rod, that
it's the
handle.
Berkeley
that is
Lightning. I think
cool.
they're like $60,
Yep,
but they're redoing the old pistol grip. So I got one for dock skipping. That's what this
dude,
is going
that
to be my
I
dock skip.
love
It's
it.
only 6-foot medium up to 5/8 lures. So just
But I have like, so my dad gave me like five of those from like 1968. So I have
yes,
a whole bunch of really old, and they're Berkeley's, like the Cherrywoods. So I mean, like I got some classic pistol grips.
hell
Big
yeah.
fan. Those are cool, man. Also, Mick Vogel would like to say, cheers for Super Chat. Thank you, my friend, for that. How many shut up Randys would it take for Dizzle to kick Debo into the water?
He'd do it with none for free.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's gotten really, really close. Really close. Just this guy some
The
days is like
quarrels.
just it's the little things. Really, it's the little things. You don't bank
This,
fish a whole lot, but this
yeah,
kid will have $70 billion worth of gear, and he's just
it's a
like, "I'm
lot of
walking
gear.
away from this. I'm walking away from it. I'm gonna walk away and go around this bend in the in the lake or the river or whatever it may be. So I'm totally walking away from it. And if it's there when I get back, it's there when I get back. And he's like, "Who's gonna come out into the next to the water and steal something?" I don't know, thieves.
Nobody.
Thieves everywhere, Debo. You need to watch
Thieves.
out. Oh man. To be fair, I had like 3 combos stolen off the dock when I was loading up my kayak, so it does
And
it does
and
happen.
one thing he doesn't take into
Wow.
consideration is the area that I live in, and I
Yeah,
was a little bit sketchier in some places.
sure. Maybe
I
maybe
know.
he's just relying on you, like you know those people. So if it gets stolen, you probably
Yeah,
know
it's your
who did
fault.
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and it's your
It's
fault.
Yeah.
I'm calling people up. I'm like, he left. Come on, get out of here, get out, come on.
You set it up. I love it. It's the long con. You're like, all right, so then Debo's
I
gonna
lay
grow
up,
really big. He's gonna bring all his stuff to the bank fishing setup, and then you guys come out and you grab it all. You load it in the truck.
and then I'll lay down on the bank, and you put some ketchup on my forehead like you hit me,
You
and
gotta
take
take a
my
real
stuff
hit,
too. But
man. You gotta take a real hit, just one right here, just not too hard. Let me take the sunglasses off. Hang on. All right, you
no,
pull
but
it off.
he always sees me coming around the corner with all of my gear and all his gear, carrying everything, because
The
I'm a good
caddy.
buddy like that.
Yeah, and no exaggeration. You know what I do as soon as I see it?
Why'd you grab my stuff?
No, I just
Roll
roll
the
my
eyes.
eyes.
Wow, this has been a historical episode. I will say this is we're working through stuff, you guys.
We might historically reach the most off the rails in an episode. I feel
Oh,
like I should throw something anyway. Do we reach 200, Chaz?
how close are we, Chaz? Oh no, you guys slid backwards.
Oh,
You ruined it. You better, hey, it's almost
jeez.
9 o'clock for the first draw, so you better invite everybody back in. Right? They're missing out. Don't tell me they're leaving because of the lovers' quarrel here. Come on, you
Probably.
guys. Come on back. That's when it peaked, is when we started.
All
All
right,
right, we
people,
can
let's
make
get
this
back into this.
worse.
Come on.
Okay. Tell me, Dizzle, tell me like the worst thing about Debo.
Oh, did you really want to know the worst thing?
No. Yes, but no.
Go ahead.
It's not a
Go ahead.
terrible thing.
I'm
It's
tough
not a
like an
terrible
old
thing.
wildebeest. I can take it.
But if you roll up on a froggy spot, you're
Mhm.
not leaving that froggy spot anytime soon. You better just plan. Even if you get one blow up every 2.5 hours, we're staying here. We're not moving anywhere. We're not going anywhere. I'm fishing frogs here. We're fishing frogs here. Which I can get the same way if I'm like out on a
Sure.
point, I'm casting a jig and I get a couple of bites. I'm like, go ahead, go fish, go whatever. I'm gonna say I got a bite. I'm gonna catch that bass.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not a terrible thing, but it's just not my cup of tea when it comes to fishing. I'd rather throw a jig, and Debo would rather throw a frog, even though I like throwing.
We'll
The grind.
agree to disagree.
Oh, see, perfect. Let's keep this going. I will say this. This is funny that you bring that up. Paul does the exact same things. Like Paul literally, I have fished with him. I'm like crushing it on glide baits or whatever. Like I figure something out, and then he is fishing everything that's not a glide bait, and he's like, I don't
You don't.
care. I'm
Yeah,
not
you don't
fishing
ever
what you
want to
fish.
switch. You don't want to switch. If
It's
somebody
out of
else figures
spite,
out
I
the
think.
pattern, especially when it's a friendly challenge, you do not
Oh,
want
if
to
it's
go.
a challenge, you can't. That's
Yeah,
not. Yeah, agreed.
I'm just
Agreed.
talking like a friendly challenge. I'm not even saying like any set challenge. Just like, oh, dude, I figured it out.
Yeah.
I've got 10 bites. Why haven't you switched? Especially if you don't have any and you have to borrow that lure from them. I would cut off my big toe
Mm.
before I would borrow one of Randy's
That
jigs.
I
that
think
is. You
the
can't do that. 100%.
So,
I'm
yeah.
with you 100%. Anytime I ever did that in the past, and I haven't done it in years, it has never paid off. And then it's so much saltier in the wounds.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're just
I don't know
little
why you're
salt,
not
little
catching. You
lemon
got the
juice.
same lure.
one
Uh,
of my favorite things ever is the only solo thumbnail for any of Debo's videos that I've been a part of. That's just a thumbnail of me. You can't even tell it's me other than I'm holding a fish. Was he was throwing at this bedded bass using jerk bait or crankbait, swim bait, something. I don't remember what it was. And it's like, dude, throw a jig onto the just past the bed and pop it through and you'll catch it. And he's like, no, no, no. And I stood there and I sat there and I watched and I watched and I watched. I didn't even fish this entire time. And then he walks away. I
you went
pitch in
one
with a
cast.
jig. I would two casts. The first one, it was definitely interested. The second one, I'm like, stink, and it was a big female just on a bed, and
The
that was the
salt.
thumbnail.
Yeah, it's like a 4.46 or 4.7. It's almost 5. Close
It
to
was
4.75, something like that. Yeah.
but
Wow.
yeah,
He's
she
like, then
wanted nothing to do with them.
and then talk about salt in the wind. He goes, Debo, you want to hold it and take a picture with it?
It'll
Like,
make a good
no.
thumbnail.
Yeah. No, but I'd rather kick you in the face.
No
The
one has to
funniest part,
know.
the funniest part of that video is at the very end. There was like, the banter back and forth,
Yeah.
and he must have said something, and it's just a picture from my GoPro perspective, and I'm like, "Are you okay, buddy?" Something, just kind of a smart ass kind of comment
think
back to him, and it's
I think I may have even thrown my rod on that adventure.
Did you
I
pat
got so
him on the
upset.
head while you said
Oh
that?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he get a
You
head
okay,
pat?
All right,
maybe a
buddy.
back
You'll get
rub
him next
just a
time,
little bit.
pal. It's just
Keep going, champ.
Here's this exact jig that I threw. You can even have the lucky jig that I caught it on.
oh man. So we have a rule for this, right? Because like fun is the number one rule on the water, right? Like if one of the buddies isn't having fun, we'll still rib each other, right? Just like you guys do. But then we're like, okay, we got to get back to where we're both having fun. But not where like I have to sacrifice having fun to help him have fun, just where we like come together and we're like, hey, let's hit the reset button, buddy, right? So and that's called boat snack time. So then you bring the boats together and you crush some snacks. Then you get
B's and G
your
time?
energy back. You get some Gatorade in your system or something, like you're revived, right? So this is actually a great segue. I want to know, and this will go back into couples counseling too. What your all-time go-to snacks are, right? So out on the water, you're bank fishing or you're on the boat, it doesn't matter. What's the go-to snack? What is the goat snack?
Breakfast on the way there, biscuits and gravy from Casey's. It's like a tradition. Really any breakfast from there, but they never have B's and G's by the time I get there half the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As far
Oh,
as
not late
snacks,
in the
I don't
day.
know. Yeah, we kinda mix it up.
There's those what are they? The Nature Valley granola bars,
Yeah,
whatever.
like a box of
Sure.
granola bars. We'll switch like
Just like
Cooper's
a
granola bars
granola.
and stuff.
Yeah, that's an easy one just to throw in your bag just to have. I personally am a fan of beef jerky. I'll keep a bag of beef jerky in the car or
Yeah.
in the truck and just have it on me. He hates it, so
Yeah, I hate beef jerky. I like those beef links, like
Yes.
actual meat. Like I
or like
really
a
like
beef
those,
stick.
but yeah, like a beef stick. Yep,
The
like the
beef
ones you get
stick
with like the
is
beef stick and cheese. We have like
solid.
some lockers here. No,
Yeah.
not
Like
a
a
Slim
Slim
Jim.
Jim. No,
We have a
that's in
bunch
a
of
different
lockers
category.
around. Yeah, like meat lockers, and they'll sell like their local like meat
Oh
Oh
yeah,
locker
yeah.
the
stuff at the
real
gas
deal.
stations. Yeah, like those are
Yeah.
really good.
No,
But
that
otherwise, like
so
nuts or trail mix. Probably trail mix is high up there for me too. I like trail mix a lot.
good
Yeah.
options. Good options. My I will say this, like the goat for me, those are all great things. And I'll usually bring those too. So I like to have like the petty snacks, I call them, like the little guys. It's like petty cash, like little guys. So you got like, nuts, jerky, whatever, granola bars. The Mondo snack, deli sandwich. Like just go
Oh
get
yeah.
like a Jimmy John's or something, just like a beefed up deli sandwich, and you bring a little lunchbox. And I got those like super thin ice packs for that thing, but then you can
Mm.
keep it chilled. You're on the water, you're having a bad day, slamming a deli Sammy changes
Good
the
idea.
game. Change the game, man. I've had too many of those days, and I put that Sammy down. I'm like, yes. 'Cause I mean, like you can make what, like a peanut butter jelly, like that's fine. It's definitely nutrient dense. Like you'll get some energy from it, but like you want to enjoy it. Deli Sammy,
Right.
it's a go-to.
So
Good
I
call.
mean,
I like
I
sandwiches.
100% I agree. When me and Debo go out, it's on those days. Usually, I will stop at least 4 or 5 different Casey's throughout the state during our travels because it's on the way that boat break or snack break, like you called it.
Yeah,
We'll both, as we're going to the new spot after we met up, we'll stop at a gas. Hey, let's go to this lake because there's at least one Casey's on the way in between, and we'll stop and get something to eat, whatever. And then, but yeah, those they have. I mean, they're not nearly as good, but they have the 2 pieces of white bread sandwiches cut in half and put in a little triangle thing.
yep, yep.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Solid
Sandwiches are always
option.
nice. Yep.
Solid option. Love it. If you're going on a long trip, you just got to get the dressing on the side because it'll make everything all
Oh
soggy
yeah.
now. That's like the one hack you got to have. All right, so I do want to do this. We got to do one of our giveaways because we're past 9 o'clock now. So I want to do the $25 gift card to Monster Bass. You guys know the drill if you're in chat right now. If you're new to the show, here's the drill. Type something in chat. That's the only way to qualify. We're going to do a random draw in just like a minute or two here. I'll give you guys a second to kind of like load up, right? So 175. We're back up. Hey,
Nice.
you guys are 25 away
All right,
from a
close enough. I'll do
Debo
a
giveaway.
26 from Debo's
Make them
personal
work for it.
info.
26
it.
more. You get to know
Yeah.
where Debo lives
26
specifically.
more and one night stay here with me.
Whoa, whoa.
Well,
right,
not like that. Come on. To be my personal organizer and
Whoa! How does it just jump like that?
seriously?
How fast did you guys create fake accounts? That's what I want to know. Like all of a sudden.
We'll definitely do some. Okay, what do we do though? That's the question. What do we do, chat? Let me know.
What are you asking chat to tell you what to give them?
What should we do for a giveaway? Yeah, what should we do?
You don't do that.
Oh, we'll do it. Anything but a rod. I will not ship a rod.
That is the number one rule.
Yeah.
I mean, poor Ethan Duvetter had to give away a rod to someone in Canada on our giveaway. So that was his fault. He grabbed it. I love the guy. I feel really bad.
Debo, do you wanna just enlighten your Canada story?
Yeah,
Canada story, and then we'll draw. We'll draw after this.
Yeah, I did a members only live and gave away a Daiwa Zillion. And the winner was in Canada. I shipped it there, which cost like $80 or some stupid thing. I don't even remember what happened. Then it got sent back to me because it had the wrong thing, so I had to ship it again. It was like a different 80. I don't know. It ended up costing me like, oh no, it was $50. Sorry, to ship. Plus an extra 50, so it was like 100 and something extra by the time it was all done. So
you should have bought them
anything
off a website. Damn. Canada, we love you. I love every single Canadian viewer of this channel. Yeah. We really appreciate you guys. We wish customs was an absolute garbage. Like just shipping to you guys could be easier. What I've decided to do, like I have a Canadian giveaway winner from I think our members only live. What I've decided to do is I'm just going to say, listen, I'm just going to send you a gift card. Like, I'm sorry. It is $46 for me to ship you just a couple of baits. No, thank you. Buy brand new stuff. You'll thank me later, right? So we're doing that from now on for Canada. That's our policy. All right, so let's do this. Let's draw a giveaway, then we'll get back into the meat of it. Yeah, the beef sticks of it. Chaz, who wins the gift card?
The winner is Brendan Howe.
Brandon
W-E.
Brandon Howe. All right, so instructions on how to claim said giveaway is on the screen. Chaz will send you a gift card. A gift card? Why did I say it weird? We'll send you a gift card as soon as we have your info. Brandon Howe says, sweet. So he's alive. Step 1 complete. Step 2, follow the instructions on the screen so you can get your prize there. It's good for monsterbass.com. Anything except the subscription. And I think the rods are good. What did we say last week, Chaz? What's the new thing I have to say about it?
Shipping. It
doesn't include shipping. Thank you. So you do have to pay like whatever, $4, $5, $6 in shipping, but everything else good. I mean, you're gonna get some new baits there. So nice. Next giveaway we'll do in a little bit here.
And wait for a free bait Friday. If you're doing that, wait for a Friday to order because they have the free bait deals that they'll do. So do that, throw that in the cart, and then use your $25 gift card. Boom, free lure.
Great call. Friday is very soon, y'all. So in 2 days, maybe go check that out. All right. So I got a giveaway here. We got a bag. It is full of, we were talking about these earlier. Some rage tail swimmers. Fantastic paddle tail. We got some other paddle tails in there. You can see them, some exo swims mixed in with, for whatever reason, Guggen saucy swimmers. I don't know why. There's some
he probably has his wireless earbuds in, so we heard it. He's going to say something when he gets back.
Oh, I can't wait. Good. I got some guppy blade baits from Fish Lab in here. Those should be good this time of year. What else is there? There's a Monster Bass rod sleeve in there as well. So it's a good concoction of stuff all in a little zipper baggie. And we got the 6 Cent frog in the bullfrog color. And then this one's for Debo. You know what that is, Debo? Seen these before? Is it your favorite? Eat me frog? Is this better or worse than the Spro frog that melted on you? staring at the screen. I think I killed him. Oh, so I just made him stare at a Guggenfrog for just funsies. All right, well,
His favorite dog. Yeah, my earbuds. My dog had the zoomies up there, and my girls were playing with him, and it sounded like elephants up there. So,
oh, I didn't hear any of it, but
well, then they
good.
weren't. Never mind.
It's okay. You walked away, so everybody got to drink. It's a win, right? Win across the board. Love it. All right. So that'll be my giveaway. We'll do that thing in a second. So just keep chatting. You'll be qualified for it. You guys are doing great. So I want to get back to the meat and potatoes of this, and I feel like we gave an unfair advantage to Dizzle. I said, Dizzle, what really bothers you about Debo? But I didn't say, Debo, what bothers you about Dizzle? So I think now's
I'm a
the
true
time.
friend. Yeah, I'm a true friend, and I would say nothing, man. You're a good buddy, and I appreciate all you do.
You're
But
full of it,
Tactical
dude.
warfare.
yeah, I mean,
Full of it.
if you wanna pick me apart to build you up, just keep doing it, buddy.
Oh
That,
man, that is so
that is
bad.
that is a classic Debo on the water fishing quote right there. You want
I would
you want
say,
to break me down to build yourself up? Go for it, buddy.
yeah,
And karma. He'll just randomly say karma every once in a while. It's like karma for what? I got a
he's a
snag
bully.
and
He tries to play victim all the time, but he's a bully. I would say my biggest pet peeve with Randy is you can never get a quick answer out of him for anything. He always has to play 57 questions to pick it apart to make sure he's answering it correctly.
that's who I
Got
am.
it.
What? Hey man, what were you throwing over there? What would you throw? I don't know. It depends.
That's
Well,
different.
what's
No,
the?
it depends. It's because he doesn't want to tell you. Is what it
It's
is.
hypothetical questions that I need more details. I can't just give a one-off answer to.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Wait, is this scenario where you're at the same body of water though? Like you're both bank fishing the same
Doesn't
spot
matter.
and you're asking him all
No.
the questions?
He
No?
would still ask me 57 questions.
You'd be like, where are you throwing it? You'd be like, I'm the
Yeah.
same
Hey, what color
spot
is that
you are.
lure? Well, it depends. What are we talking about? Daylight or moonlight?
What part of the lure? It's 4 different
Yeah.
colors. Oh wow.
I'm calling
This
shenanigans on the last part there. It doesn't happen like that. Because
Maybe not. I might have exaggerated.
Debo outfishes me numbers hands down, and as of recently, weight too. I suck at fishing
Ooh.
these days, but
Spent too much time
he
in Nebraska. It's rubbing off
I'm
on you.
I'm trying to ask him stuff, and he's like, "Get away from me, nerd!" And he runs away and hopped up onto a log and is like a little spider monkey, just like, "Hey, I'm up
Climb,
here
scales a
fishing."
tree, but his balance is bad, so that he falls off the top of the
Yeah.
tree. Oh no, Devo! And then you laugh, but then you're like, after you laugh and make sure his rod isn't broken, you're just like, hey, are you okay?
All right,
Yeah.
I'll be adding Dr. Phil
Got
to
it.
this call here in like 2 seconds.
Dr.
Okay.
Phil. Oh no, that's not gonna help. He hasn't helped
Hey,
anybody.
hey, Burley, real quick question for you. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen them, but Busby actually has these little pull tab things that you're supposed to put, I guess, more designed for
Yeah.
like boat storage. Have you used any of those or done anything with them?
Yeah, so I have them.
Okay,
They're on all the boxes just because it doesn't like interfere with the I have the Hobie H crate is our
okay,
kayak crate. So unfortunately, since we rock all 3700 size boxes, I don't use them the way you would on a boat.
sure,
In a boat, fantastic. Having just I use them in I have a Bass Pro, whatever it's called, like Magnum XL bag, but it holds like 15 tackle boxes, right?
sure,
So I use it in those, which is nice. But yeah, if they're
okay,
laying horizontal, bookshelf style, you can just grab that tab, lift it out. They're built really well. I like them. I mean, it's color
nice.
coded. You can't really put a label on it, so you got to kind of just like pick a color and just know your color system, right? But if you know,
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that hard. There's like
yeah,
5
no,
colors. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like them a lot. They got some
yeah.
neat accessories.
I just happened upon them, and like those are like things like that where a company like looks, past the obvious of just, oh, I need to make a good box. I need to make a good
Right.
box with good latches, good storage options, and
Right.
check out this little pull thingy. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of tactical stuff. Like they came out with the so a lot of people have like pros and cons on the swarm bag, which is like a cooler essentially that you put the tackle boxes into. I didn't really see the need for it. It is kind of expensive. I kind of just lean on the boxes. The swarm bag, I don't think I'll ever get one. And then they had those flats, which are like cool
Okay.
for tools and maybe a spool of line. And what I did is I zip tied them to the chair, the seat on the Hobie,
Ah,
right? So to the
was that
side.
in one of your videos that you had?
I don't think
He was on
so.
Instagram.
Maybe. I definitely put it on Instagram. I don't think I put it in a
Okay, that's
video
right. I
yet.
think I saw. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do like we'll build the kayak back up for next season. We'll talk about it. It's kind of cool. Burley, the company Burley Pro makes a side pocket as well, but it's like that really hard plastic. So
Hmm.
they're not like ideal, super rigid. I like the flats better personally. You do have to zip tie them, so they kind of like there's a little bit of movement. But they're pretty cool. So like for pliers and stuff, I keep them in there. They're weatherproof. They're not waterproof. They are flat, so they're not really good for like plastics and stuff like that either. But for like a specific use, that's what I'm finding. There's a lot of like these tactical usages, but
Right.
not like broad spectrum stuff that I'm getting out of them.
I'm I'm waiting for a comment from Debo right now that I don't think he caught what you said, so we're just gonna move forward on it. But yeah,
Did I
the
say a
mini
no word? A Debo
no,
no word?
No.
um,
What did I do?
you said super handy.
Oh, scissors. Yeah. This guy carries like 47 pairs of scissors because they're so handy, dude. They
Dizzle
really are. That's
does?
So
one. Yeah, that's one I have to give him
yeah,
credit on.
Do you have
Keeping a pair
scissors in
of.
like every compartment of your backpacks for like bank
Yeah.
angling? Is like your
no,
But to
deal?
be
usually
fair, there's multiple times I've not had scissors, and he's been like, "Oh, I've got like 12 pair. Here's one." I'm like, "Okay, I
yeah.
can eat those words. They are
12
handy."
So what we would do is, if you're a bank angler, I'm
Uh-huh.
in the passenger side of my truck constantly, either grabbing out different rods, grabbing out
Sure.
different baits. The don't dare stick your hand down into the little cubby holes by your feet down there
All
because
the
that's
hooks.
nothing but treble hooks and
Yep.
straight shank. Don't do it. But I
Yep.
would keep, in the little grippy part that you'd grab a hold of before pull the door closed. I'd keep at least one pair of scissors in there. Another compartment down would have maybe another pair of scissors, and then like a pair of needle nose down in the very bottom that has the cutter on them too. And I mentioned just one day to Debo, I was like, "Hey, dude, throw a pair of scissors down here in this little box. It's so handy. They're right there. You don't have to worry about this and that." And I
So
can't live
handy.
my life anymore without anybody says handy or scissors or
I mean, they are handy, Devo, to be fair.
Dude, I just said it on live.
They
Yeah,
could they
it's
could
so
they could
so
do a lot of
handy.
stuff.
yeah. I stand corrected. He's had to give me scissors multiple times, so
Oh
I'll give
man.
it
All right.
give you that
So
one.
before we roll into slow rolling thunder, I do want to ask you a couple like bait making related questions
Mm,
for the people, as well as obviously myself. And chat, keep chatting. We're gonna do my bag giveaway after Debo answers these two bait related questions. So the first one I want to ask is what is like I've wanted to know this for a while. I might even own one of these, but like what is the craziest paint job that you've done to a lure? This could be like crazy complicated. This could be like when it turned out is just like the most off the wall thing you've ever seen. But I'm curious. And I'm pretty sure for those of you who are playing the Devo drinking game, he'll probably get up and go grab it. So you're probably gonna have to drink.
No, I don't know.
Just
Yeah,
heads
you
up.
caught me off guard on that one. I'd have to think. I don't know that I have like the
That's what I try to
craziest.
do.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did hook you up with one that took me quite a lot of time, and I had it on my website. Nobody bought it within like the first 2 weeks. I was like, I happened to be on that live with you. I'm like, I'll send it to you because
That was
it took
the
a lot of time.
like the
Like the one with
tequila
the tears.
sunrise purple
Yeah,
with
like
the tears that are orange. Yeah, that
yeah,
is if you guys
that was
haven't seen it,
multiple layers.
yeah, it's a purple glide bait and it's got so many different colors on it. Unboxed it on video. I've fished it on videos. You guys have probably seen it. I posted it on Instagram like a million times. That was a rad one. You did mention that when we first talked, and you're like, I'm gonna send you guys this. That yeah, the layering is kind of like that effect took the time, right?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
super
yeah,
complicated.
yeah. A bunch of different layers and like
Yeah.
putting like doing wraps and stuff like that. Yeah, Chow's got a custom. Yeah, little Chow's bait.
Chaz has
Um,
a swim bait. Yeah. You're not on camera, are you,
no,
Chaz? Okay,
no.
well, since nobody can ever see Chaz, the Wizard of Chaz is invisible. He does have a swim bait, like a 4 joint. Chaz's camera is only for members only. You guys don't know this. Chaz is like, he's like 7'2". He's absolutely just gigantic and shredded. Like he's a beast. You guys would not believe this.
Scares too many people.
Yeah, he's terrifying. So we can't let him on the regular live. So if you want to see him, He's also fully tatted up. Like, you got to go on the members only live. All right. So, yeah, I kind of figured that was going to be like your answer for that one. So I had this one prepped up for backup.
okay.
What is like the most insane color you've poured for plastics? What plastic, what color?
I haven't done much insane stuff on plastics. I pretty much only do injection stuff. So
Uh-huh.
I will say this. I have seen firsthand people who know how to do the art at the master level. And that's with Mr. Marling and Mr. Rundle. They're the two guys. So if you guys like watch the Bait Cave, Nick Rundle, Nate Marling, those guys used to live like 20 minutes from me. So I used to have the ability to go over with them, kind of hang out and stuff, and they taught
Mm.
me everything I know about plastic making way before I, got hooked up with Do It and stuff. So those guys have skill that's out the door.
Oh yeah.
So for me, yeah, nothing fancy, but I've seen some stuff that's pretty rad. Like, do I still have? He had some cool swim baits. I don't know what I did with them, but even like just kind of a regular weekend bait for him to do is like way cooler than anything I've ever done.
All right. Can you think of an example? Like what's the colorway?
That's what I was trying to find. I mean, I've done some.
He's got him. He's gonna get up and
Hold
go
on.
find him
Yeah,
though.
I don't know if that
I'm
one
trying to.
particular
Ah, there it
one-
is. Now people have to drink. I was trying to
So-
help everybody out.
So I gotta say, this dude, he'll never admit it, but like in person, his hard baits that he paints, like pictures of them, videos of them, they do it no justice whatsoever. He's made me a handful of ones. Even when he first started, I was like, I want a black and blue square bill, like a 1.5, just a basic. And I'm like, I'm never gonna throw that thing. A, it looks amazing.
Right.
And two, it's like one of the first ones that, as far as I know, you ever really kind of did yourself. And I'm just like, they look ridiculously awesome. I remember around Halloween, we did a live, and just his themes on there. He did like a zombie and yeah, I don't know, two other ones, and they were just detailed and they look super sick. He doesn't give himself enough credit at all.
No,
Anyway, that guy's
for
a
sure.
loser, big time loser.
There it is.
So this one's hard to
Oh.
see. This was the first open pour, like big swim bait I ever did.
Yeah.
I was going for like a sunfish, and you can't see it, but it's got a bunch of like highlight powder layers in it. So, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
nothing like crazy special. But that one's fun. But like this is one that Rundle did that has like, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's got like transparent layers. And this dude, like, he does all kinds of cool stuff where he'll do like skin pouring. So he'll take like, you could do any sort of transparent layer first.
Yeah.
And pour it in the mold and then pour all that out. So it has like a tiny, like real thin layer in these open pour molds.
Yeah.
And then you can do like painting on them. You can do different like darker layers under it to give it like a 3D effect. But this is one that like Marling worked with Epic Bait molds on. It's got like
That's
just crazy. Yeah,
insane.
those guys are insanely talented, but
Wow.
I haven't done anything super cool with the plastics. I'm pretty much just an injection guy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
It's
kind of hard to get it
effective. It's
crazy.
efficient
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it
and
works.
effective. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Dude, that's awesome. We still have like everything you could ever need to do some baits, and we haven't done them yet. So we still have to
I
do.
love doing it. Yeah, even if I
I mean,
never work with them, I just like to tinker. Like,
Yeah, I want to. Like, I'm jonesing for it. I mean, it's not like we got anything else to do. So when Paul gets back from sun-soaked islands or whatever, then we'll probably do some of that stuff. I mean,
Yeah, in
after he
fact, I think-
nurses his third-degree burns, which
yeah,
he
and
will have
his prosecco or whatever he was drinking. Dork.
with Negroni.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he ordered that. Anyways, all right. Yeah, I mean, he was born with sun poisoning. So let's do my giveaway. Let's roll this. And then we're gonna do slow rolling thunder, and then we'll do Debo's giveaway.
What
Cool.
did chat decide? What's the giveaway gonna
Chat
be?
decided nothing. They said, "Give me all your stuff, Debo." Chat,
okay.
what do you want from Debo?
I'll send everything to Burley and then you distribute.
The
as
winner
needed.
God.
is Scott Vermonter.
Oh, Scott.
Oh,
Congrats, Scott.
what? Scotty boy, Scott Vermonter. Adam goes Scott again. how does this kid have so much luck?
Scott, just send me your info on Instagram.
Scott, we got your info.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up with this, man. So,
Like
other
Joshua
than
Simonson on my channel. and your channel. He won last
Yeah.
week and the week before I was listening. I'm like, I couldn't
Yep.
believe this dude won.
Yep.
Didn't he win
Josh has won.
last Saturday, Debo?
No, he didn't.
Or was it
He
2
didn't show up.
Saturdays?
It was like 2 Saturdays ago. I'm
And
like,
then
it'll
he
probably
won
be
for
Joshua
next
Simonson
week.
and yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's
All
won.
right. Well, the lucky folks are in the chat. That's what we did have a new winner first was the Monster Bass gift card. So then we got Scotty Boy here with the bag and the 2 frogs. So I'm seeing some custom paint jobs from Debo. So I mean it's gonna be custom Debos. Like they want
All
a
right,
custom
let's do a
paint.
custom.
That's what
Custom
everybody
whatever
wants.
they want. Boom.
Custom
whatever.
you want. Also, Scott would like me to know that he's not a kid. He's 54. But I mean,
Oh,
we're all kids
we're
at
kids
heart.
at heart.
All right, so let's go into Slow Rolling Thunder, and then what we're gonna do is the winner of this, we're gonna put you in contact with Debo. You're gonna say, "I would like this custom thing," and then he'll make it for you.
I'll make it
Good
and
with
send it
that?
because I got a thermal printer.
Thermal
Jeez.
drink.
Did you get that at Gander Mountain, Debo?
Then I got a Gander Mountain.
Okay, stand up, go get something. We really got to help people finish out the
Off
show.
the rails. My gosh.
You got to finish the show right? Okay, so I want to kind of derail the show entirely now, and we're gonna move away from like fun, exciting stuff, best ofs, and couple counseling, and we're gonna go to most disappointing for Slow Rolling Thunder because I thought this would be fun. So it's not necessarily the worst. It's definitely not like an indictment on the brand by any means. This is just a thing that disappointed you in 22, right? So I want to start this off, and you're both going to answer to it. So what was the most disappointing lure of 2022? And you spin that disappointment however you want.
I would
Most
say mine
disappointing.
pops to mind for me is one that I had high hopes for was the Gilly, the Berkeley Gilly.
Ooh, I've heard this a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of flopped for me. I'm not going to say that it doesn't work, and I don't hate Berkeley. I've got a ton of Berkeley Abu.
Right.
Like anytime on the internet you say, I don't know if I like this, like, oh, you hate all Berkeley, you hate every Berkeley lure ever made? No, I'm not talking to my wife here. I just said that I don't like that one.
That's exactly how the internet reacts. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, the Gilly, and it looks good. Like I showed Randy, he's like, damn, that does look good in the water. Like it's got a great swim action, but
Yeah.
I threw it. I didn't put enough time in with it probably, but yeah, I never caught anything the days I threw it, which I was kind of disappointed because it looks really good. So
yeah, you're not the first person that I've heard say that because it got hyped up so hard. It's Berkeley, so I mean, it comes with the hype, right? That's the territory, and then you get people like Ike just over promoting it and stuff like that. So you're like, okay, this is a 12 out of 10 bait.
right.
You go fish it, and you're like, what is this, right?
Yeah. In contrast, the Slobber Knocker, which seemed to get a lot of hype too, I actually really liked it. I thought it was a really good bladed jig. So
Yeah, I mean, I've only got first looks on both of those, but we picked the Slobber Knocker up, we got the Gilly, all that stuff. So as soon as I have water to fish, like I'm gonna fish the heck out of those. Love me some bladed jigs, so I'm excited to really compare that Slobber Knocker around that price point to those mid to higher tier bladed jigs. That should be fun. I just love when people jump into like faith first fishing. Guggen sucks. All right, Guggen is a disappointment. They're not alone. Tennessee Bassmaster Guggen.
Randy's gonna
just
be
like
ready
in
to throw
general.
fists.
Don't talk about my nuke punch, man.
Yeah.
All this shaking head. All right. Well, I did say it's not an indictment on the brand. I was speaking of lures, but if you guys want to, throw a whole brand in there, that's fine. That's fine. I see the Hellraiser. Adam says the Hellraiser from Z-Man. Another one I haven't gotten to fish. I also haven't gotten somebody to give me a straight classification of what the frick that bait is. Like everybody is like, it's a topwater. It's actually kind of like a bladed jig. Like it's a wake bait. It's like what? So what is it?
Cool.
It's a
it looks
topwater
cool.
subsurface wake bait, plopper popper, buzz spinning bait.
Oh,
the first time I saw it, and I know you guys can appreciate this because you share the love for it. I thought it's a pike topwater is what it looked like to me.
That's exactly what we said. I was like, this is going to. I got the gold one too. I'm like, I'm going to catch infinity pike on this
I will
thing.
take all day pike fishing topwater over a lackluster bass day anytime.
Yep.
I will also, as long as Debo's there to take the pike off my hook for me.
Yeah, Dizzle hates pike.
I hate pike so much.
I like the slime because
Why?
then I use it as
I
hair gel.
watch.
It's like, oh, I
Okay,
got pike
so
slime. It's
Yes.
like,
they
Yes.
stink
oh,
and they're slimy, and like I remember watching Babe Winkleman one day, and then I went out fishing later, that week or something, and I was like, "Oh, you just shove your hand up in their gill plate and you hold them like that."
Yep.
You don't do that
not
because
knowing they're
then
lined with razor blades.
you like get
You
bloody
went
hand.
through and you grabbed their teeth.
No,
Don't-
their gill plates are like razor blades.
Yeah, they have
I
razors.
grabbed.
They'll
I
slice the
I
hell out of
did it
you.
wrong. I grabbed them in the
Okay.
wrong,
Yeah.
more along the outside of the gill and not the
It's
inside
totally
by the
like
jaw.
it's an angle thing. It takes a
Uh-huh.
feel, and then they always snap at you too. So you go to do that, and they're just like, "Oh yeah," let's just get you,
Yeah. Hey, I'm
dude.
slimy. Don't try to touch me. I'll make you
I'm
stink.
slimy. Don't touch me. That's total pike thing. Absolutely, they're full of piss and vinegar. I love them for how angry and awful they are. So
They are fun to catch though and
Yeah.
fight.
oh man, that's funny. So yeah, the Z-Man Hellraiser disappointment. Dizzle, what was your disappointment for 22?
I'm glad Debo's here because I remember calling him and
Me?
I don't
I'm your
remember. Yeah,
disappointment?
I
no,
was gonna
never.
say.
Damn, I'm
No,
glad
buddy.
Debo's here, he
Chaz,
says.
cut the feed, Chaz. It's gone too far. I'm glad Debo's here so I can tell him to his face that he's a
No,
disappointment.
it was. I remember I was out topwater. I was out frogging one day, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, I'm throwing this frog." I don't
Ooh.
remember if it was
It was
the
the
trash
Kahara.
panda.
No, it
Was
was
it?
that little Kahara, yeah. I think there was something wrong with yours.
Mm,
I'm betting a
Was
pike
it?
probably hit it. Yeah,
No, there
at
was.
one point.
I thought it was a different. It was the one that's
Because you had
super
a bad
easy to
hookup,
walk.
right? You're like, I can't.
I missed so many fish on this frog.
Oh, no, I
With
think it was the Sixth Sense. It was the Vega. I think it was the
Yeah,
Vega.
it was.
Yeah.
It
Don't
might
say
have
that.
been
I
the
just
Vega.
gave one away to Scott
They're-
Vermonter.
Dude, they're good frogs,
I
but yeah,
did-
the hookup
Yeah.
has been
They-
subpar for me.
They
Huh.
walked.
I would say bend the hooks up
amazingly.
because they're flat. Yeah, bend the hooks up.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what my issue was. Is I never bent
Could
the
be.
hooks up.
Yeah.
But I
And they
remember
don't. They don't spin. Like I'm a huge proponent of frogs that spin, and I never hear anybody talk about this.
And he gets up
It's because
again.
they glue it directly in there. Like it's a very that doesn't move at all.
Here's one. It doesn't matter what frog. Like I was just gonna grab a Spro, but I didn't have one. Like
Sure.
any frog, anytime I get a frog fish, and I never see anybody talk about this, but like some frogs, like even this one, it doesn't have like a ton of. You can kind of see it there. Doesn't have a ton of area, but when the body
Right.
can kick out of the way and roll, like how many times do you catch a frogfish and they're like this? Always. Right?
Always. Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So like frogs that can't
That's
do
ideal.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have as good of a hookup ratio, and I'm not saying everyone that doesn't do that, but like
Sure.
I've noticed that with some of them. So
Totally. I
don't
agree.
know.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was.
All right.
I really like the fact that it didn't fill up with water and it was super easy to walk. I love
Yeah.
Yeah, they
the
walk
painting
amazing.
or the color of it, like the way it looked,
Mhm.
everything about it. But I never bent the hooks out, and that was my fault, I guess. So bend out your hooks if you get some.
So Dizzle,
Should help you.
You're
What-
your
Yeah.
own disappointment.
What is your
'Cause he
opinion?
didn't bend them out.
What is your opinion on the lunker hunt spider?
I watched Debo fish it once. The funny thing is I knew, not owning any,
Allegedly.
that they came in two different, well, at least two different sizes. I didn't know specifically; it was just two. But
Yeah.
Debo had one day, and he got like, he must have called Lunker Hunt and asked for a super micro mini one.
The
as
quarter
he's
ounce.
trying to as he's trying to throw it into like 30-mile-an-hour wind with gusts of 60, and he's like, "This thing
And it
sucks.
goes
It's
backwards.
terrible. Throw it
I'm
away."
used to it. It sinks. One of the legs fell off, and it was just like a third of a pound fish that grabbed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
just not.
I've never.
I don't see a
fished
point
them.
of it. I don't know.
I personally myself, I don't even like spiders. I don't want to fish a spider.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
it can be a pretty creepy bait. It can be a pretty creepy bait.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like we had maybe 3 just really good days on it. And after like the second really good day, I went out and bought a dozen of them. I haven't bought a single one since. That was like 2.5 years ago. So I have what I've had forever. But I die on this
name's
hill
already tied
just
to
for
it.
Debo. I'm
Your
here
name's
to
already
die for
tied to
Debo.
it. Anytime I see a spider, the only thing that I can think of is Paul and Burley. That's it. They
And that is
basically have-
why, like, I'll
yeah.
take that mantle. Like, I accept. I will not take the mantle of Reckless Roach, though. Only spiders.
What's the lizard? What's the lunker hunt lizard?
Oh, the scale. We just did a TikTok on that.
You should have
The
asked you
top-
about
we-
the dragonfly.
Don't talk about the dragonfly because the
I've
internet
never-
is so you could. I don't know. The tension is crazy when you start talking about the dragonfly. We're like,
Really?
yeah, I'd be like, who uses this? We did a TikTok. We're like, who's using this?
A lot of people like it.
The comments went like, smart people who know that bastard dragonfly. So I was like, well, yeah, of course. And like, there are good dragonfly lures.
Hmm.
This is not one to me. But then there's
Here's what
always
I'll
that.
say.
There's always a person who's just crushing it on it, right? And they're like the best bait ever. You know, that's what's so opinionated about fishing.
That's
how
the
it
cool thing
works.
about fishing. Yeah, 2 plus 2 doesn't
Exactly.
equal 4 in fishing, so it's okay to disagree.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the people that I know that fish the dragonfly or the spider are the
Mhm.
same ones that take it out of the package, tie it up, and throw the package on the ground and go about their day.
The funny
Oh,
thing is
like,
we found
literally?
Yeah.
lunker hunt spider packages. And I
It
think
wasn't
I think
me.
I tagged you. Yeah, I
Mm.
think I tagged you on that one. I was like, I tagged
You
it like,
did.
Burley, did you lose your spider? Yeah, we
I
found
just-
swear it
multiples of
wasn't
those.
me.
Funny enough.
It
By the
seems
way-
like they're just plentiful on
But-
on the banks.
There's
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
question specifically for Debo.
Okay.
Debo, this is from Brown Bait Co., so fishing the southeast.
Brendan, yeah.
Yeah.
Worse.
Make your stencils for the rest of your life or only buy stencils for the rest of your life?
Only buy, yeah, for sure. I'd rather just buy ones. Hope that a company makes some cool ones that I like. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to make your stencils. I haven't even like got
Yeah.
hardcore into it.
Yeah.
Koberger's custom baits. I showed one of his baits before. Actually, talk about a sick bait
Oh,
job. Not one of
Jesus.
mine.
Man, we gotta do. I knew he was getting up, so I took a drink. Oh man! Anytime you ask this guy about baits,
Sick paint job that's not mine. How about this pumpkin
Jeez.
seed?
Oh,
Yeah, he
wow!
destroyed the paint job on this bait. One of the
That is
coolest
so nuts.
baits I've seen. Yeah, and he makes this. This is a resin bait. Check him out.
Yeah.
Koberger Custom Baits. He's another Iowa boy. But he made one of these and sent to me, and yeah, he absolutely knocked it out of the park. But
Insane.
where was I going with
insane.
that? Stencils.
Oh.
Oh, he makes stencils. So he made a bunch
Yeah.
of stencils for me. He has like some sort of like whatever they call that, Mylar cutter or whatever.
Yeah.
And did some. So yeah, I've never made like crazy ones, but
Yeah.
I'll cut some out of like cardboard and make my own.
You should put that one in a fish tank and name it. That it's like a hyper realistic.
See if we can get Fudge Stripe to fight it.
Dude,
Battle.
what would Fudge Stripe do to it?
I don't know. He killed the other little green sunfish that was in there. He bullied him to
Yeah.
death. It's kind of like
mean,
you.
that
I
was
should have named him
Monkey.
Randy. We should have named him Randy, and I was the poor little one that got bullied to death. Dang it. Fudge
Well-
Stripe, aka Randy. Anyway,
Pretty sure he can't kill that one though. So could be
Yeah.
safe
I
play.
don't know.
All right.
But the funny thing is, I put minnows in, and he wouldn't eat them. He was like scared of them. So
Man.
anyway.
All right, so last slow rolling thunder, and I'm gonna skip a couple so we can do our giveaway for Debo, right? So chat, hang in there. I know it's been like 50 slow rolling thunders plus an entire counseling session, and you guys are on the clock. So I mean, I'm gonna need my fee. I think it's
Or at least
200
gonna
an
be like,
hour. It's like going
that was the-
therapist rate.
That was the worst. That was the worst performing live we have ever done, and session. So you're fired from ever coming back again.
I mean, pretty. It was pretty good. I had a good time. All right. So let's do this. Just because this is a fun one. I want to know what is the worst. You're going fishing all day. What is the worst possible breakfast that you could have? And you're not on the bank. You're on a boat, or you're on the bank and there's no bathroom. So you have no facilities nearby. You're at the mercy of Mother Nature. You'll have to use the woods. Or the water. You can do aqua poo if you want, right? But what is the worst? What is the worst breakfast you could have? Chat, you're
There's no
playing
shame
too.
in the woods game for me. Yeah, I've had to do the woods thing plenty of times.
Same.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't really have one that like upsets me right away. Like a lot of
Nothing
people
gets
are
your
like that with
guts a
coffee.
gurgling.
I drink coffee every day. I always have a coffee before I go out. So I guess I'm really lucky there. But yeah, nothing. Maybe something like super spicy because like I get really bad heartburn now that I'm 75
Mm.
years old, and that's just as bad.
75.
Yeah, like if you get such bad heartburn that you can't even like swallow, I have had
Yeah.
that.
Ooh.
So something
Ugh.
really spicy. I like spicy food, but my body doesn't anymore. I'm feeble.
Gosh dang. All right. So nothing specifically except for spicy, right? So it's the acid reflux that we're worried about.
Yeah.
Dizzle, what about you?
I'm gonna say, man. Obviously, the easy question is like something like ridiculously just dripping with grease that's just gonna wreck your face off. But
Casey's breakfast pizza.
yeah, oh my God,
Oh, the
when you
breakfast pizza.
so they come on that little paper slice, that little
Yep.
slice of white paper that ends up being clear somehow when you actually start to eat it with
Transparent.
all the grease. Yeah, I would say something like that, but like kick it up a notch or two with a little bit extra grease on top of it. Something like that's not good.
Do you bring like your own bottle? You got like a Casey's grease bottle that you just carry around like on a bat belt? You're just like utility
It's
belt
a
engaged.
it's a flavor enhancer.
On the hot dog roller thing that's rolling the hot dogs, warming them up, all the juices that
Oh,
drip. He pulls
It's
that
just
plate out and pours
collecting.
that on his pizza. Yeah. Pours that on. Okay, perfect. Good. Yeah. Let's go.
Oh man.
but realistically, I'm not. If I'm going out on a boat all day, I'm not going to eat breakfast. Probably I'll skip it just to avoid that awkward situation.
Just to avoid it. Oh man, I have a ritual. Ask Paul about it. Like my ritual is like I'll get up early to chug a coffee, eat my breakfast, and then it's like I'm gonna hit the head like 3 times before we leave. Got to clear the system.
Just to get everything out that might be coming out anytime later.
Done for the day. I never have to go in the woods or in the water or whatever. Like I cleared out, exit.
Jeff takes magnesium citrate or whatever the day before, so empties out the entire
Yep.
system.
Oh,
Yep. Just gotta clear the system, man. Then you can
Ugh.
focus on fishing. That's all I'm saying. Like, what's worse than having to go is not being able to and being
Mm.
stuck on the boat, and then you're just like, I gotta change baits, but like, I gotta do something else. Like, and you can't handle it. Oh man, I see gas station food, breakfast burritos, definitely good call.
Ooh.
On that, that can be trouble. The McDonald's sausage egg biscuit. I have done this, been there, done this ice fishing trip in Wisconsin with Wisconsin Wildmen, and we had the breakfast burrito. And as we're driving to the spot, which is like Upper Mississippi Pools, I was like, "You got to turn around and go back to the gas station. Like we're not
You did
going
if
right
you don't
now."
want to shit yourself, you do the croissant.
You do. I'll take a croissant. Is it? What? It's the bread. You're saying the breading is the problem? It's a sausage.
No, it absorbs the grease
The
better than the biscuit does, so it sits in you
It
longer.
disperses it a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
all right. Interesting. Croissant. Pinky out. Kind of breakfast. Very fancy. All right. What a way to like the roller coaster this ride has been. All right, fine, fine. We'll end bonus question because we already did our giveaway. I saw it, so I got a shout out to our giveaway winner here, which was Cody, Coty. Cody, congrats on
Cody.
the Debo's custom lure, man. So you're gonna hit up Debo.
I got his stuff, so I'll forward it on to Debo.
Cool. So Charles
right.
will get your info to Debo. You tell Debo what you want, man. We'll get that thing made. So that'll be rad. Excited for you, man. Enjoy it. It's gonna be fantastic. So we'll roll out on a bonus question that is not number 2 related. Just to be fair to this recording, is Paul's gonna be pissed. I can't wait. Hey, you go get some sun. You know what? I'm gonna talk about gas station food for 2 hours. Enjoy. All right. So back to most disappointing. The disappointment continues. What was the most disappointing piece of equipment that you used that was fishing related for 2022? We just like opened the gates. This could be anything. Could be gear, could be storage, could be a vessel, it could be part of your vessel. It could be a fish finder. It could be anything. So the guys are processing.
Damn, yeah, that's a hard one. I don't have any idea off the top
I
of my
know.
head.
I feel like there's something. I was like, dang it, this was a waste of money. Why did I get this? This is dumb. This doesn't work. This doesn't. I
Yeah.
know it wasn't. Man.
I don't know. You stumped me. I have no idea, man.
Oh no. All right. What about the
Golly.
best gear? We did rod, we did reel, we did lures. It was the
So
absolute like
best
coolest piece of gear.
gear.
We'll end on a positive note instead of a super cool negative note that I was going for.
I mean, I'm going with like a storage route. It's a
Okay.
toss up either between the Busby tackle box, just because that was an amazing day trip. Just like
Yeah.
I'm taking like 2 reels, that's all I need, going out perfect like that,
Yeah.
or the plastic storage bag from Daiwa. The Daiwa bags were super thick plastic. I've had bags, like, bust out the side just because I'm like, "I need
Mhm.
78 bags of plastic in this one plastic bag
Yeah.
because I'm gonna have to use all of them and then
Yep.
never even open up the bag to pull anything out of it." So, actually, I did get this hat when I bought, my newest reel,
I
the
mean,
pitch and
you're
putt.
like, I'm gonna love it so much, I'm gonna wear it every day.
Love
They
this.
forced it upon me. They gave me it's actually a good deal, a plastic box, plastic bag, hat, line, and bag of lures, I think,
Mm,
with
Nice.
purchase.
Nice.
that is a pretty
That's
good bundle.
solid. Absolutely.
Mhm.
What you got, Debo?
I would say I don't know that it's my favorite, but this is one that I have shown a few times on
Oh, yeah?
mine.
Oh yeah, that's
So
rad.
for yeah, like my little Ned rigs and stuff, and it's really
Mhm.
like thin. So it's not
Yep.
like a regular like that's my finger. I mean, it's an inch. It's an
Yep.
inch. Like it's an inch thick. So, this for like it's not the most storage you can get for stuff, but it keeps them very like you can see exactly what you have. So like the Ned rigs that I make and stuff,
Yeah.
EWGs. This thing is pretty handy to just kind of throw on with some jigs. So I like
Yeah,
that.
I've
And that
come
wasn't that expensive.
No, they're not. They're definitely not. I've rolled across that several times on Tackle Warehouse. I'm gonna have to just pull the
And it's
trigger.
Spro.
Going. Yep. Spro
Actually,
makes
Spro's
can I
my
some
word.
answer?
good ones. Yeah, yeah. What is it, Dizzle?
It's the it's Flambeau's version of the coffin box. It's
Okay.
like a third of the price of a Bass Mafia coffin box. I
The
wanna say it's
terminal coffin?
for, like,
Not
your
the
crankbaits,
Or
jerkbaits, things like that.
just a
not the
hard
yeah, not the
box
one
though,
that
yeah.
like you're talking about, like the foam one. It's like it has
Yeah.
the things up this way.
The
I had never
little
seen one
yeah,
before. Yeah.
the little holders
So
that
you
you would
put
slip.
your
You could take the
crankbaits like
baits
this way
actually
in them.
out of the
Like
plastic
Oh,
box.
yeah, 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 yeah. I got you.
Like, they're a third of the price of a Bass Mafia one, and they work amazing because, like I said, you could take the entire little rectangle out of the box itself. There's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of lost storage or lost space when it comes to it,
Yeah.
and it's not a whole lot dimensional wise as wide as like a spinnerbait box, like a plain old spinnerbait box.
Yeah.
About the same width, not length. Obviously, it's a lot longer, but still, that was a really good pickup. Searched
Hey,
high and low for those.
Jeff, don't forget,
Nice.
Dizzle is giving away all of Deba's personal information.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna roll our last giveaway for Debo's personal information,
night with
starting
me.
with social security number. So you can become Debo. I feel like I should become Debo. Like if
If
anybody's
my
gonna
channel, if I ever get fed up with my channel, it will seamlessly transfer to you without any knowing, and it's
how
just
many
you'll just take over. Yeah, you'll just
okay,
take over.
over under, how many videos do you think I could do before people are like,
Wait
hang
a
on a
minute.
second. Something's wrong here, and I think
Did
it's
you
that
change your
Dizzle
beard
is
color
different.
or yeah, your beard color different? Are your ears farther
I
apart?
can't
What'd you
tell.
do?
Something's wrong. And we just keep leading them on. They think it's Dizzle the whole time. They're like, that's not the same Dizzle. This is a different
Yeah,
person.
this is an imposter Dizzle.
Like the Debo is the same for sure. Let's
The
look
deal
at
is,
everything else.
it's definitely not that. I think he switched like brands or like
Did
whatever.
did Dizzle and Debo finally have a breaking apart?
Oh, yep, you
What?
guys would have to.
Oh man.
No,
The custom baits have gone way downhill ever since. They don't
What
look
the
like
hell? Yeah.
anything. I don't even know what that is.
it's
Like
like
a
a kid
child?
ran on the wall. Just here's your
A
bait. I
child made
call it
that.
kindergarten.
It's like when your kid draws a cat and it's got like 12 toes or whatever, just like sticking all over the place.
And
It's gonna look
how is
like
the
that.
cat as big as the house and the sun is ginormous? What are you doing?
Listen, man, I don't understand perspective, okay? I'm a child.
Vehicles don't have square wheels.
Why not, though? I saw Rudolph, the claymation. That caboose has square wheels, all right? Oh, man. Yeah, 40 off the rails. Is that what we hit, Chaz? Or did we
We're
just
at
hit 41?
43.
43. World record.
Yikes.
Let's
I was gonna say, is that a
go.
record?
It absolutely is. Probably by 10x. We've been pretty good on this show. Mostly it's Paul's fault. Like
No, the
if I'm left alone, we're in trouble. And
the
that's
Christmas
what
one we
happens.
went to 19.
19 is our previous best. Yo,
Yeah.
new PB, folks. Thanks, chat. New PB, crushing it. Joshua Simonson, but who's counting? Chaz.
I am.
Chaz is always counting. All right, awesome. Well, it has been a blast tonight, you guys. We got our giveaways done, so congrats to those winners. Thank you so much to Debo and to Dizzle. You guys are fantastic. Give us an idea where people should be looking for you this year. Maybe something that you got coming up, something in the books coming up. Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, Dizzle let me know he's going to be doing a lumberjack competition out there now. That's kind of been his thing out in
Okay.
Nebraska. So I'll be there watching him, cheering him on.
Gotten into using chainsaws and axes and cutting stuff up. No,
So
Nice.
you
I
can
really
say
wanna.
Dizzle likes to work with wood.
Okay, Justin.
I really want to put myself out there and actually post at least one video this year sometime before middle of the year. Gonna happen way before that. Is my guess.
Okay. Nice. So you have a channel on Debo's channel? Your channel?
On my YouTube channel that
All
has
right.
over 300 followers and zero content. So
I think that's some kind of record. Like everybody keeps subscribing. They're like, well,
Yeah.
one day he's gonna probably do a video.
One day
it's gonna
he'll do
blow
it.
up. It's gonna be a short and it's gonna be horrible.
You get those comments from the diehards where they're like, here when you started. They're like, here before you started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, wait, like 3 years before you started. It's FYI, Dizzle's fishing. I think that's my Instagram also. I go on streaks with a lot of stuff I post. And
I think your Insta is _Randizzles
oh
_
yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep. And
You're
not
welcome.
Dar Sizzle. Don't look up Dar
Yeah,
Sizzle. That's not me.
Yeah, not Dar
Dar
Sizzle.
Sizzle.
She's trying to steal his thunder. People look up Dar Sizzle instead of Randizzle.
What is it? Darth
So-
Sizzle or Dark Sizzle?
I think it's
What is it?
DAR maybe Sizzle is
Dar
hers.
Sizzle?
She's
Yeah.
probably got me beat.
They look
Yeah.
almost exactly the same.
All right.
Is it like good homely content? Like probably
No.
family friendly.
So
Pull it up on your big screen, folks. Screen
So-
share
She's like
on.
I mean, it's not family. She's like a bikini, lady angler type deal.
Okay.
But she
So-
actually fishes. She
It's
catches some fish, but
California big fish.
So
Yeah.
I went
Robert
out and just double checked for research.
Robert
Got
Jones
it.
said, for you, Dizzle, post a video of you watching people ice fishing.
I love that. Can you sit on a bucket while you do it?
Yeah.
That's the only
kicking
question.
rocks.
One request is
That's
yes, kicking
Kick some.
rocks. You go back. You're not getting monetized for this, but don't worry. Like you have to hit 1,000 subscribers anyways, and
Yeah.
enough watch hours, so you're not gonna qualify for a
Right.
while. So eat the monetization. Use Dido's song, and go kick some rocks while screen sharing a video of people fishing. Like just a compilation vid of people just jacking giants, like in the
Just
corner. 5 million
are you-
views. You're
are you
welcome.
talking I'm actually watching people out on the ice, or I'm taking clips off of YouTube and putting it into the video, and I'm just like,
Both.
You're taking clips.
Well, no,
You're
both.
taking-
You're interlacing them together.
Yeah, well, the primary cam is following you, hands in pockets, sadly kicking rocks by the lake. And then imagine you're looking up at the clouds, right? And then like we fade the edges of the PvP, right? So we got the video in the video, and then it's people just like PB.
yeah.
That'd be a great vid. Come on, chat,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
it. All right,
I'm
so
gonna
we
give
got.
it a shot.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to go viral on your first video, there's your best chance. All right, Debo, what do you got going on, man?
Nothing. Yeah, just trying to keep up with life and kids, and trying to keep the videos going. So, trying to keep the grind turning.
Keep the grindstone grinding. I love that. Do you got any videos coming up you want to preview or just be a mystery?
I don't have anything lined up. I do need to do
Okay.
a fudge stripe update, which is my little pet green sunfish. I
Nice.
added
Yeah, you
another
do.
fish tank below it to keep minnows alive, and I've successfully killed all of them. So yeah, it wasn't as
Unsuccessfully kept them alive.
planned.
Got it.
Yeah, that didn't work. So yeah, more to come on that soon.
All right. Awesome. Love it. So if you guys aren't following these nerds right here, I'd be surprised. Obviously you should. So go check out Debo's Fishing. Go check out Rain Dizzles. What's the YouTube again? It's Dizzle.
Dizzle's fish.
Dizzle's Fishing. All
Sorry,
right.
Dizzle's fish in. No G.
Dizzle's Fish In. Got it. And then underscore Rain Dizzle underscore Instagram. There's the end underscore. You just start typing in. I always just type in Rain Dizzle and it comes up. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys will get there. So yeah, go follow these guys. Check out their new content coming out very soon. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us for an extra long episode today. Obviously, we went off the rail for a record amount. I can't wait to tell Paul about this. He's gonna be super thrilled. Too bad he can drink his prosecco in Dominican like a fancy boy and miss out on this. So whatever. We'll be back next Wednesday. Paul will be back as well, and I believe we have the Jig Squad boys coming on. So should have Jig
Nice.
Squad on. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then February 14th, come join us for Valentine's Day if you're a member, and if you're not, click join below. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you next Wednesday. Chaz, take us out. Chaz, take us out.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street, when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh, I know